Hello? 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 I'm not late for once. Hold on. Can you hear me? Good. It's too late. I didn't know which message I was supposed to go with, whether it was time or it's too late. I'm gonna go with it's too late. You failed. There's no way out of it now. It's game over. It's the end. All opportunity gone forever. Hope you're happy. I wish I could zoom in. I can zoom in more. No, hold on. Yes. You think this is a game? You think this was a game? You think this was just something fun for us to do together here? You think that we were just... How loud is that music? Probably. You think that this was just a fun, happy adventure? That the plan wasn't a serious thing? That it was? The plan was the plan. We had the plan, and the plan is over now. I can't believe it. How do I reset this? How do I reset this? Hold on. There we go. And that's flipped. All right, cool, good. Great. You failed. Mission's over. Just know we'll get him next time. That was it. It's all done. Or is it? Music too loud? What do you mean it was too loud? It's too loud? What do you mean? But I did a whole thing. But I did the whole... What do you mean it was too loud? That's too loud? Oh, shit. Oh, that was the... Oh, shit. I thought... Couldn't hear a word. You couldn't hear a word? Couldn't hear a word. All right, let's start this over. Let's back it up a bit. Hold on. Oh, no, it's too quiet. Well, I can't hear a thing now. What kind of intimidating start is this? Is it even there? Yeah, it's there. Is that good enough for you? This is so much less intense. Kind of hoping that it was gonna... Is this okay? Maybe this is good volume for you. I don't even know. There's there's music. I can't hear it. God damn. All right. Okay. It's gotta be too quiet. There we go. That's it. That's it. Mission failed. You didn't do it. You failed the plan. You slept on it. Hope it was nice. Hope that nap was worth it. All my dreams, crushed. Is it quiet? It's too quiet now. Is it? Is this good? Is that good? Too loud? God! No, okay, alright, people get the message. No, okay, hold on. I don't even want to do this anymore. I don't even want to do this anymore. I don't even want to do it anymore. I don't like this bit anymore. I don't want to do it. It's not worth it. It's just like it just didn't work, and now it just looks stupid. I'm alright there. All right, so fine. Yeah, this is yes, this is Among Us. End of bit. You know, it was gonna be a cool bit. I thought it was gonna be, start off all intense and like, oh yeah, maybe you failed. Put the pressure on and oh. No, okay, all right. So this is an update. on the plan. Got some very important information, and I'll do an inspirational speech later or something like that. So success-ish, according to some, but success in that Edge of Sleep before today, which is the official release date, it was up to, I think the top was, it was at number 4. Number 4. And remember, the goal is only to get into the top 10, so getting to number 4 was pretty damn good before anyone even knew that it was out. So yay! That's the good thing. It's not bad news. I was trying to do an ironic thing where I play some dramatic music and I make you feel like, ooh, but it's, you know, it didn't work out, so it is what it is. But job's not done. Why? I don't know, because it has to be over a rolling 30-day period. So the average metric of success is not any specific spot. Like, it's not number 1, even though right now the legend of Vox Machina is at number 1. It's all because I mispronounced the name, isn't it? I said Vox Machinima, and everyone was all like, oh, no. But look, they're released internationally, and we're not. And that's a very important thing. People thought that maybe when it came around to the 18th that it would be released internationally. It's not. It's not malicious. There's just a bunch of international laws and stuff like that, and that costs money and negotiate contracts and all that stuff. I'm not privy to those conversations because, like I've said before, I'm just an actor in the show. But the burden has been placed on our shoulders, and we have succeeded thus far. So, I don't know, it would be cool if it got to number 1, but that is not the goal. I don't want anyone to think that that is the goal. The goal is simply to keep it in that list. And I don't care how many other shows like Are You Smarter Than a Celebrity suddenly appear. And we did beat the snot out of Judge Judy. I want to say that aloud and proud and live on the internet. We beat up Judge Judy and took her spot. Now we got to keep it, because she is ruthless. She is persistent. She is the perfect hunter, and she will come after us for vengeance and for blood. We will lose some of you, but that is a sacrifice that I am willing to make. So there's a lot of things that I'm going to talk about today, because there's a lot of stories of the filming process that I have not been able to tell because of spoilers and NDAs or whatever. I don't even know. And then I'm going to distract you with colorful lights and shiny buttons and big bright sounds. And then you're going to be so swayed by my handsomeness that you will be putty in my hands. Don't mind me. Yep. I don't have any. I don't have any shiny buttons right now. I thought I did, but I don't. I have I have my credit card on the table here. No, ADHD brain, don't do it. I got my credit card here. I could show you that. It's very shiny. I could do that. I just, looking around the table, like, what do I have that's shiny? I literally have, everything is like matte black except for that credit card right there. Listen, you guys get Edge of Sleep number 1. I'll show my credit card live here on stream. God, that would be terrible. Oh man, that would be so bad. Oh. I don't know why. I just had the strongest urge to grab it and just right up to... I don't have it in my hand, but even then I was scared, just being like right up to camera. Bam. Anyway, credit card reveal. God, man. If that's a funny bit, that is really funny. If I had time to set up something like that, but it would it would be hilarious, but it would be immediately, exploited. Even if I tried to be like, "Oh, everyone try to make a purchase on it," Gah! And then someone would, I don't know, it just wouldn't work. I don't, I think I would be assassinated by the fraud department of that credit card. So I don't think I'm going to. I don't think I'm going to do that. I have a funny feeling I'm not going to do that. Yeah, stop the voices. Turn mic volume up. I'm the only thing here. Turn your volume up. Why do people? It's at 100. It's at 100. It's at 100. I guess I could turn the gain up, but I don't think that's gonna. I don't think you want that. Is this what you wanted? If volume is what you want, I can provide. Yeah, it's probably fine. So. Emergency meeting because we're not there yet, and today's the actual release date. So there's a few things that I want to address, right? For those of you who don't know, the plan is now in play. Who didn't see the plan has changed, because if you didn't see the plan has changed, you only know about the plan, and then you had it marked on your calendar that today it was coming out. So if you're that person and you're seeing this and you didn't see the other one, there was an update because the show actually released 3 days ago, which is, kind of funny about that, but we do what we can. There's no music playing. I would be hearing it, right? So we're kind of holding a council to determine what the best path forward is, what kind of incentives I can provide, and I'm going to give you the most amazing inspirational speech you've ever heard in your entire life. Ever in the history of forever. It's not happening now, but it will, and it will be incredible and life-changing. And so if you want that, just stick around, because it's going to jump scare you at the moment when you least expect it. Make it international. Yeah, okay, I'll hit the international button. I don't have any control here. Everyone, I have zero control. I don't have a button. I didn't upload it. I'm an actor. I only acted in this. So, am I blaming you for Edge of Sleep dropping? No, because without you, it would never have been up in the first place. So there's really no blame to be had. And it's not even that it's dropping. It's basically, I have full confidence, and this is how it always works with every type of media, that going into the weekend, there's plenty of people that were there and put forth the effort to bump it up during the weekday, when they probably should have been doing other very important work. You know who you are, and you know where you've been fired from, or you know what class you're flunking right now. But I appreciate the effort. But there's a lot of people that are probably a bit more sensible and reasonable that are going to hold an all-night 48-hour sleepless vigil of watching over the weekend. I know you've all got that planned, and I appreciate it. It's funny. So there was obviously there's no international release, and I don't know when that's going to happen. Hopefully sometime, there'll probably be more conversations that happen later on. But there was some internal conversations, and I can't reveal any detail or else I'll get sued. But there was a shocking number of international viewers, despite only being released in the U.S. The people talking were very, very surprised that was occurring. So there were some people that are having success with VPNs, some people that weren't having success with VPNs. I don't know if there's a solid strategy yet. It seems like it's more likely to work if you're using mobile. That could be a thing. But no, look, I understand the frustration, but piracy is almost not the right answer here. It's one of those things where I encourage, if you can't afford something, that I still want you to consume the media in whatever way you can. But that's why there's free trials. And if it is international, there is a method to use VPNs, which I feel like is just as complicated as figuring out how to get a torrent working. But when it comes down to it, the objective here does necessitate that I emphasize the strategy of watching it on the appropriate platform. That being said, there's a lot of people here, and I get the excitement about it. torrents boggle my brain. They're really not that complicated if you think about it. It's a very fundamentally similar process to, a VPN. I mean, they're different, but networking is a complicated beast, and I know only a little bit of it. But yeah, it's a free trial doesn't work in your country. Yeah, that also is definitely a possibility. But for this to look good to the powers that be, who might even be watching this stream right now, are you? Don't text me if you are. Anyway, so yeah, we're being observed right now. I want you to know that. We're being watched. Your paranoia today is very real. Also, if you sleep, you die. That's kind of the thing. Yep, we're being watched. The powers that be are in here with us right now, and they are observing, and they are holding us accountable for the actions that we are undergoing, right? It's like sin. If you haven't done the plan, that's sin, right? It's basically the same, just in the same way that torrents are the same as a VPN. Not following the plan is the worst sin possible right now, according to those that are observing us. Yes. So, is there going to be more Edge of Sleep? If the plan works, that's kind of the way it goes. Yes. Oh, look, it's Dave. Man, there's so many times, because the main character's name in Edge of Sleep is Dave, and I always think of Wilford, Mother Love and Warstaff. Dave! Greg, Steve, Dave! I just, said that so much. Yeah. So I have a bunch of stories, obviously, to tell from that, but before I get to it, can I clarify... Already at 7 in the top 10. Oh yeah. Right now, it's averaged over the past couple days. It's probably it went as high as 4, obviously as low as 10. But I think according to some lists, it's like hovering around 7, 6. And when this weekend kicks off, it's going to be a bonanza. It's going to be a bonanza. I actually want you guys to know that these things are slow. The instantaneous results that most of YouTube and content creation and things on the internet in general operate as does not apply to larger things like this. There are big wheels that need to turn in very large buildings that cause these things to go forward. But I want you to know that things are already progressing. Just yesterday, I had a lovely interview with Hollywood Reporter, and that'll come out Monday. But that just gives you an idea of the pace at which things work like this. The wheels that turn, they need a lot of momentum, and you guys did already push a ton. And that's something to be admired. I don't want anyone ever to get down on themselves just because they see it go up and then go down. That's the kind of number chasing that is a part of this industry and part of this whole process. But also, it's very easy to get distracted by the instantaneousness and not focus on the actual tangible results. It's very easy to do something once. It's very hard to sustain something for a very long time. But that's pretty much the only reason why I'm still here, I think, is just because everything that I've been doing, has been such a long burden of work that it has kept me occupied and constantly learning and constantly evolving. So if you think about it, it's only been 2-3 days, barely that, since the show even came out, and it's already making an impact. It's already having an effect. And there is a lot more left to do because, like I said at the beginning of this, it's more about where it lands over a 30-day period. But that's what I'm trying to encapsulate. This show being filmed back in 2021 took that long to get even to this point. That's how long. And I know people want to point fingers or something that's saying people aren't doing enough. Not any of one here, but I know what's being said on social media, and I see it, and I get it. But at the same time, it's, people excited and people who have been pounding the pavement. And there are many people in this project that have put a lot of faith in me and trust in me. And that trust is something that I want to be able to earn, even if it's like something that I've been fighting for a very long time. There's a lot of people out there in terms of content creation that will probably make big, grandiose promises, and they'll inflate whatever value they're trying to achieve. And I don't blame them for that, but it does create an uphill battle every time one of those lies gets put forward into the world, and then the people that come after have to climb an even bigger hill of doubt when things don't go there. Which is why when I said at the beginning of all this, I said top 10, and then I stupidly went only top 10, even though I know that it's possible, because obviously we exceeded that. But it's like, I do like to underpromise and overdeliver, because that is an indication that I'm trying to make something that is actually worthy of the attention that it's getting. And so yeah, it's good. Yeah. What am I talking about? I'm talking about the plan. Did you not see the plan? Do you not see the link in the description below for The Edge of Sleep, which is out right now, which people seem to like? You know, I didn't film it, but I acted in it. And I've said this before, but it's like, that was filmed 3 years ago. So looking back on it now, I have obviously progressed as an actor, and it's Henry's barking. Henry always barks. It's something that I've worked on since then. I've worked on other projects. If you really want your mind blown, Edge of Sleep was filmed before Space. Before In Space with Markiplier, Edge of Sleep was filmed. So you seeing that is like, that puts it into context what 3 years ago really was. Yeah, this was in the dead center of COVID, and we filmed it up in Canada, which I know some people find it ironic that we filmed it in Canada. It's not available in Canada, but it will be someday. If this works, it will be. I promise you. Yes. But wasn't there an audio drama too? Yes, this was originally an audio podcast. Well, I guess an audio podcast. It was a story podcast, is what I meant to say. And it was such an experience filming that, because I think I might have talked about this a little bit, but I'll recap some of it. So filming in Canada in the middle of COVID meant that I have to go through a lot of very technical procedures, have a very explicit government document that said I can do this thing that I am here to do, and then then I have to go into quarantine for 2 weeks. So I land, and my plane up to Vancouver was empty. Like, there were 2 other people in there, and still a full staff of flight attendants and pilots and everybody there. But there was nobody, because of course, who was going anywhere, and international travel was locked down, but I was going. And so when I get there, I arrive at Vancouver's international customs area, and I see nobody. There's nobody there. I go to the customs window. It's usually this enormous line of windows because it processes thousands and thousands of people. I'm the only guy there. And I'm walking around, and all the ropes are still there. It's just liminal space. You've never seen an empty airport. You've never been in one, or maybe you have, but if you have, you know what I'm talking about. It's weirder than an empty mall. It's so bizarre. It was kind of scary. It was bizarre, but I go through the ropes, and I'm supposed to go this way because it's like, okay, American passport, come over here. And it's Edge of Sleep isn't available anywhere internationally yet. It's only US. You have to use a VPN to get to it. But I get there, and then I go, hello? And then I see way down, it's a long row of windows, I see a head go, doink. It's like something straight out of a movie. I was just like, oh, and then I slowly walk towards, and they look at me like I'm not supposed to be there, which by all accounts I probably wasn't, but I hand them my government authorization saying, like, this guy's an actor, he can do this. Yeah, he can do this. And then he gets that, and then I go through to get my baggage checked, and the people who do the baggage check, there's 5 of them there, and they're all just sitting on like the security scanners and the conveyor belts. They're sitting on them because no one's there and they have to show up, but they're there and they're just sitting. And when I walk in with my bag, and again, you imagine an airport security line with nobody there, not a soul, not a person there, nobody. And they all look at me and they go, they might as well have been smoking and they just, and none of them help me. Not a one of them. I go up to them being like, am I supposed to get my bag checked? And they point. They don't even say a word. They point to a window in the wall that's shuttered. There's a window where you'd normally talk to someone, shutters down. And they say, well, they don't say, they point over there. And I go, okay, all right. And then I go over there to the window. There's no button. There's no ring for service thing. I stand by the window like an idiot for 5 minutes, waiting for it to, Lethal Company style. Maybe a tentacle comes out and eats me. Nothing. And so I turn over to these guys who are still just talking, not doing anything. I go like, am I supposed to call someone? I'm kind of pissed off now. And they go like, fine. They go fine. And they pick up a phone and then they call someone that they were supposed to call. And then another 15 minutes go by before someone even showed up. And so he finally gets there, and this guy is just as pissed off at them because he was probably jerking off in the back room, just hoping no one showed up. And then he comes over being like, what's this fucking douchebag here with a bag at an airport? My airport? He stamps my thing in 2 seconds and waves me on, and I leave. And that was my introduction to Vancouver Airport. During the height of COVID, when there was nobody in there. Yeah, he was slorking it in the back rooms the whole time. A full liminal experience, if you know what I mean. So meanwhile, he rushes back to the back rooms because he needs to edge some more, and then I go to my government-assigned vehicle, a cab, and I am supposed to go to this hotel so I can quarantine for 2 weeks. That was the beginning of my 2-week solo adventure in some very nice hotel, actually. I recorded some videos there. I think I might have. All of Papers, Please was recorded in that hotel, if you want to go back and witness the experience that was. And then that weird video where I said, you will like this video, which inevitably all of you will eventually, I think. Wasn't that video? I can't remember. Straight up jorking it, and by it, I mean my airport. That's very funny. That was very funny. Anyway, I don't think that there's going to be a behind-the-scenes video because I don't recall there being behind-the-scenes filmed. Again, not my production. I'm just an actor. So when it came down to it, I didn't have any say in how the production was run. I just showed up when they were there. I did my thing. And then while I was there, that's when, Distractable launched. And I played all of Resident Evil 8 there, I believe. Pretty sure. Yeah. But it was an experience, and executive producer. But that's Futurama made a joke about that. They give that title around. I mean, it's just, it's put in some funding into the show and you get that title. So it's there were other people that were definitely more experienced producers than I was. And I definitely, I butted heads. Of course I did, because that's what I do, because I wanted to try to push for, what I believed was quality decisions for the show and things like that. I'm so glad that people like the intro song to Edge of Sleep. If you haven't watched the show yet, watch the intro sequence. It's very good. I am so glad that people like that song by, I believe it's Peggy Lee, right? Peggy Lee? Is that it? Was that it? Someone confirm that. Yeah, Peggy Lee. Okay, so here's the thing. Here's a story about this. That song had a very steep licensing fee, right? had a very steep licensing fee. But it was one of those things where the entire intro was made. I believe a lot of that is stop motion animation that the director Corey Adams actually made himself. I don't know if he did all the compositing, but some of that is like miniature works. The little tablet guy, that's stop motion that Corey Adams, the director, made himself. So you have him to thank for that stuff. Very cool things. But he made that whole thing to that song. And then, I'm not trying to throw anyone under the bus, but this is like where the fight can come from if it's not your project and you're like, this should happen. I believe it very much. They didn't want to pay the licensing fee. And I do understand it was a very expensive licensing fee. I'm not going to say the amount, but it was expensive, but it wasn't millions. It wasn't hundreds of thousands of dollars, but it was, expensive. And so they didn't want to pay for it and they wanted to replace it. And they replaced it with this, I'm sure that whoever made it is a very lovely person, but it was very generic. It was not specific to the show. It did not embrace the themes. It did not set the vibes. It did not feel like the show should be. And I said to them, like, this is the intro sequence. This has to feel not only different than other shows, but also iconic to the show itself and match with all of the different flavors that are coming through in the show. The show is not perfect, but it needs to be representative of that. And it's just, so I paid for the license fee. And this was like weeks before release because I heard about this decision last minute. I was like, no, I'll pay for it. I paid for that. I paid for the editor to take the time to re-put it back in. It was great, and it was great. And I'm sure if there was enough time, they probably could have found a suitable replacement. But this is like, it was such a perfect fit. And if later on in the show, it comes back in a very cool way in a plot point, and it's So I'm a producer, yes. The show was written by the same people that wrote the audio podcast, and it was directed by someone by the name of Corey Adams. It was a worthy purchase because also it pays the artist too. I don't know how many opportunities Peggy Lee or Peggy Lee passed away, so it's like Peggy Lee's estate. I don't know how many opportunities they have for people, looking into that music. I'm not sure what the situation is there, but supporting artists is an important thing. Yeah. So it's good across a lot of fronts, and those types of creative decisions I'm always trying to push for because they're meaningful. It's meaningful, and there's a meaning in every decision that you make in a creative process, in a creative project. There has to be meaning on it. It cannot, if the less meaning you have in each moment, the more disconnected it is from the whole. And I think that's why people can look at the show and really enjoy it, even if it does have flaws, and it does. It was it's a lower budget production. It was done under constraints, given that we had a bunch of really new and really confusing COVID restrictions. And so this was like one of the earliest projects to go through some of that. So we had this whole organizational system with zones of there's like zone 1, 2, and 3. I don't even remember the full specifics, but actors were like zone 1, and only certain people in zone 2 could even be around them because they didn't want anyone risking getting the main cast sick, because if we're sick, then we're out for who knows how long. It was crazy. It was really crazy. Yeah. But it happened. It definitely happened, and it came a long way. But again, that was 3 years ago. That was 3 years ago. Yeah, the fact that people think actors have anything to do with publishing of shows is hilarious. In this case, I do have a lot to do with it, but it's just because the reason there is a marketing push going out today. I want people to understand there is, but it's traditional, right? There's traditional media buys happening. There's traditional commercials being put out. They're putting out the trailer, and they're having some advertisement buys on that. And it goes forward with that. And so it all comes together from there. There's a question here that is a spoiler. I kind of want to answer it, though, because it pertains to something in the deeper creative process. No, I can't. I can't. Yeah, I really don't want to talk about anything too spoilery yet until people have had a chance to watch the show. And some people, I know you hear, you may not have seen, but there's a link in the description below where you can watch the show. It's available right now, US only for now. And if you're savvy with VPNs, you can watch it internationally. And there's a free trial. You need Prime Video to get it, but there's a free trial. I highly encourage it. We still have a goal to meet, and we're just going to push it as hard as we can. Yes, but I'm not going to spoil anything. I can't answer those questions just yet. So try not to. And then, yeah, we'll get there. Yep. Yeah, no, I'm not going to talk about any spoilers, so you don't have to worry about that. It'll all be good. Yes, but in the description, there is what you're looking for. Yeah, I can talk more spoilery down the road. Yeah. Good decision. The intro is so important. This one is perfect for the show. It really is. It really is. It's a phenomenal representation of the show with the car sequence and the plane. And this isn't spoiling. It's just the intro, like animatic. It's beautiful. I really like it. It's fascinating. The song goes well with it. It works well with it. It has both like this kind of comforting vibe and also like a creepy undertone to it, given the visual dissonance. It's really cool. Yeah. But now, how long does it need to be top 10? Probably a month. If I had to be perfectly honest about it, it probably has to be there a month, or average a place in there for a month, at least in the top 10. And I know that's a long time, but the advantage here is as time goes by, this is its own platform and other people will see it. And the harder that it's hit in the beginning, the more that it actually will ripple outside of this. Like I was saying earlier, I did an interview with Hollywood Reporter, and that article will go out to people that aren't traditionally my fans, but do enjoy TV. And so it'll eventually gather more traction that way. And then as the platform's algorithm does whatever it does, it can keep going there. Yeah. Yep. I posted several selfies from set, but again, that was like 3 years ago. Yeah. Yep. Edge of Sleep watch party. Yeah. Oh, man. I'd probably get sued. I don't know. I don't know how that goes. I don't know. Yeah. I believe it is. Yes. Yeah. Why it take 3 years? Because this is a uphill battle. Like, these are just the odds that we're set against. That's the reality of it. It's 3 years because it takes a long time to convince people that things like this are possible, you know? And when it first started out, this was kind of always the plan, was to, get it made and then put it out there, and I help promote it and you guys help assist pushing it, and that's what it is. But yeah, it's a fight. It's always a fight. It's always been a fight. Yeah. There's just always probably going to be a fight down the road. But this is part of that battle. The proving myself and what we can do is part of this battle. It goes on for a very long time, and it's a constant battle that needs to be done. But it slowly recruits more people that believe in what we can accomplish and that we're really here. And even though I'm just an actor, I'd like to think that some of the decisions and things that I push for in the show, much like the intro song, are for the betterment of the show in general. Because it's not just for me. I know for a lot of big companies and people in the sphere, it's more about this. But for me, it's not about the success of it. I've never been focused on the success of something as a, metric of whether or not an endeavor was worth doing, right? For me, if you look at like Heist in space, they were successful in some metrics, but as a money-making metric, nothing. No, they didn't make nothing. I've talked to a few people about this recently, but I say it all the time. Like, it's not necessarily about whether it it is a success monetarily or makes sense to make on paper, because some things don't make sense if you're looking at the wrong reasons. And for me, the reasons always is to make something that pushes what I can do and teaches me something new and gives people something that they've never seen before or might not have ever seen from me or people that I work with. And that gives a chance for other people to become inspired and see the story that other people can make things whenever they want to make it if they put in the effort to learn these skills. Success is transient. It comes up and down and it moves all around. Just like this ranking, it goes up and down, and it'll probably continue to go up and down. But the reason behind it is bigger than all of that. You know, it's more than all of that. And I was just talking to Jay Schlatt about this on their podcast. But it's about 8 years ago. You know, I had hit a goal of mine. You know, and there was I hit a goal and I reached this plateau in what I wanted to do, and I was looking around at the success that I found, and I found emptiness. You know, there was nowhere left to climb, and I was incredibly depressed from that, and I was incredibly depressed for a while there, and I was grasping at a lot of different things, trying to find that spark again and that purpose, and I found it. After a few years of struggle. It was not instantaneous, but I found it in continuing to strive to make larger things. There was an entire different skill set in that pushed me to go further. This was part of it. Like doing the podcast in the first place, the Edge of Sleep Just Audio podcast in the first place, was pushing myself to be like, okay, let's try to act. That was in 2019. And that was pretty close to the beginning of all this, you know, what I'm talking about right now. And then, you know, after that, I think right around there I did Heist. Actually, no, 2019 was Heist, and then that came out at the same time. And then, you know, COVID, film couldn't do much. Film did Unis Honest, of course. That was the next big thing. And then, you know, the film This did Space. Have been working on Iron Lung ever since. It's been a lot. And so I was trying to communicate that the only reason I was able to find something new is because I looked back on the original reason why I wanted to make anything in the first place, which was not to become a big YouTuber. That was a short-term goal, for sure. Just like the short-term goal is to get it into the top 10 or as high as it'll go. That's the short-term goal. The long-term goal is I want to feel like I can have control on my life. I want to feel like I can do more than the drifting I've been doing for the past, 20 odd years at the time when I made the decision. The aimless wandering is fine. You'll land somewhere, but I wanted to feel like I had agency in the things that I was doing, and I found joy in the process of creating and trying new things. And so remembering that as the original overarching goal allowed me to look at the small goals that lead towards those bigger goals and then build those into bigger goals and then have smaller steps leading into those bigger goals. And then I had an infinite number of mountains to climb. I love the process of that climb because it feels like every time I grab onto something and hold, even if it slips under my hand and an opportunity gets lost, I still grabbed it. I still felt it, and I still held on to it as hard as I can, and I still worked for that. And I learned every time I got a new handhold. It was another moment that I could add on to my little spreadsheet of things that I did that were mine in my life, and things that I learned that were for me. And along the way, I've made some pretty fun things. Lost an Emmy. That's okay though. It's fine. I'm not bitter about that. It's okay. Yeah. But yeah. So anyway, I got off topic a lot here. Get ready for that inspirational speech I was talking about. Ignore everything I said. That wasn't inspirational at all. The real inspirational speech would start off something where you were almost afraid of what I was about to say, where you would kind of close off yourself to the world, think that, no, these words aren't for me. They're not for me. But then as I start to say things, you realize, oh, this is directed right at you. This is terrible. I'm sorry. I'm probably demotivating everybody. I had that moment and the plan has changed. I improvised that off the cuff. Even I looked back and I was like, hey, man, that was a pretty funny bit. I bet I can never recreate that, and I don't think I ever will. So, yeah, no, speech is over. Speech is done. Speech will get there when you get to number 1. That rhymed. I'll never do that again either. Anyway, while you have the stream up, get any other device you have, and if you're able to watch it, just put it off to the side and watch it over there. And if you haven't seen it already, the link is in the description. The Edge of Sleep is out now, and our entire plan is the entirety of my career is hinging on this moment. Don't worry, the desperation will soon hit in, and I will start to beg and plead, and then you will see weeping and gnashing and all the nobility that I once just put forward to you, and any kind of inspiration will slip away as you see that I'm an empty shell of a man that's desperate for recognition. So let's get into number 1, baby! Alright, yeah, but the link is in the description. You go to Amazon, you need Prime Video, you go watch that, and it'll be really fun. So you go put that off to the side. And I'm going to tell you a story. Which story should I tell? Man, they almost all involve, like, the director. Okay, all right. So this isn't. I'm going to tell the story in a very not spoiler way, right? So there's a scene. I'm not going to say where. Not going to say when. Not going to say what's happening in it. But it's in a field, right? Okay, it's in a field. This field is covered, just covered in cow poop. It's beautiful. It is devastated with cow poop. It is just every square inch of it is covered. It's horrible, right? If you've watched the show, you might know where I'm going with this. But if you haven't watched the show, you have no idea what's happening. So, all right, so, what is this? Hold on, my light. So, they clean it up a bit as best they can, but it's a grassy field, and you know, there's only so much you can do. Side note, so I said, you know, it's covered in cow poop, right? There are cows there. There are cows there. Tons of them. Everywhere. Everywhere, if you've seen the show, everywhere the camera wasn't pointed, cows. It's just crazy. This one time, a poor PA was assigned to shooing cows out of a shot, right? And so... So you see him. It's like, you know, the Windows XP wallpaper with the rolling hill over the top. You see him go to the cows, run up, and the cows are running away, and he goes up over the hill. And so, like, all right, cool, let's do this take. All right, everyone get in position, and we get ready to go, and then we hear ah! And we're like, what's this scream echoing on the winds? Ah! And we all look over at the hill where the PA had just shooed them over the hill. And this guy is fucking running. He's running down a hill, so his arms are windmilling. Ah! Ah! And we're like, what the fuck is he doing? He's ruining the shot. A few seconds later, a fucking herd of cows comes over the hill and is chasing this guy, and he's just he's going straight for this lake, or this little I mean, he shouldn't have. That lake also full of poop, but he's trying to get away from these cows, and so, but he's leading them right towards us. He's coming to us. And so we're like, what do we do? Grab the camera, get behind the car. And so we literally we start prepping to run, because it's a herd. Like, it looks like a stampede, but he gets closer, and the cow, we realize the cows are not stampeding. They are barely moving at all. They're just like, ooh, this guy's funny. So when he gets to us and he gets in the crowd, they all just kind of stop and go like, oh, game's over. And then they just mosey off to the side. That is a fucking true story. You ask anyone on set, that is a goddamn true story. It was not filmed. Unless someone busted out their phone, they might have filmed. Man, do I have a video? Maybe. No, I wouldn't have had my phone on me because man. But that, it's so fucking funny. Terrifying for a little bit, but fucking funny. God, that was so funny. Yeah, no, I don't think it was filmed. Maybe someone from like wardrobe or hair and makeup, they caught it on film, or maybe one of the camera crew people. But yeah, that's a very, very true story. Okay, but back to the what I was saying. Not spoiler about the show. In that same field, which is still covered in poop, and probably because the cows came down, so now a little more covered in poop, right? So if you want to see what this scene's about, you gotta watch the show. Link in the description, The Edge of Sleep. But I'm there, not spoilering. And I tell Corey, Corey, beautiful Corey, you lovely man. I'll do anything for the shot. You know me. I'll do whatever you want. But I say to him, but just don't make me crawl in the cow poop. Okay? All right, and then we'll be fine. Everything will be good. Just don't make me crawl in the cow poop. And he goes, yep, you got it. Don't worry. Why would I make you do that? Don't. No, come on, man. And then we're doing a take, and we're in the middle of it, and we have like 2 seconds of sunlight left, and it's about to go down, and I'm in a little zone of no cow poop, and then he says to me in the middle of the take as we're doing it, now crawl for the water. Now crawl to the water. Through in a path that they had not cleared with cow poop. And I did it. I crawled through it. I did it for the shot. I did it. Corey made me do it. And I get up after the old cut. And I get up and I'm just, it's just brown. It's just, I look over at Corey and I go, I hope he remembers this for all of his days. You promised. I said in a very soft voice to him, you promised, Corey. You promised. You broke your promise. And I ran off to get disinfected head to toe, because thank God we had all the hand sanitizer in Canada, because you remember, middle of COVID, and I just and the worst part was, not the worst part, the cow poop's the worst part, but it was extremely cold, right? It didn't look it, but it was unbelievably cold. Like, well, not unbelievably, it was like 40 degrees Fahrenheit, like, what was it, 5 or 6 Celsius, something like that. So I ordinarily, one of the wardrobe people was lending me their coat after each take. Guess who didn't get a coat after that take? This guy. So I was shivering, freezing, covered in cow poop. Look, it's unbelievably cold considering what I was wearing, which was a t-shirt. So cold, okay? I was cold, and I was out there for hours. Thank you very much. Yeah, so I was cold. Yeah. So yeah, it didn't. Yep. Yeah, it didn't. That was man. It was this other time. I'm gonna rat Corey out every single story. So, Franz, the guy who plays Mateo, he wanted to rent a boat on a weekend, just because weekend, not filming. We're all in Canada, so rent a boat. Let's go take that out. And Corey says, yeah, I'll drive the boat. I assumed that meant he's driven a boat before. As far as I know, he has. As far as you know, he has. But I don't think it's normal boat procedure when you're pulling it out of the dock and the marina that the employees at the dock have to sprint over to the other side of the dock and physically prevent the boat that I and Corey and everyone is on from crashing into the pier. They had to sprint over because they all saw it. They go like, "Go, go, go, go!" Because Corey floors it right out of there, and just we start right towards the other side of the pier where there's other boats. And they all three deckhands were just like, "Ah!" And they physically hold the boat from crashing into the other dock. And so, that was a fun start to it. It was very fun. Corey was the director of Edge of Sleep, so he directed this, and so he's the one that I am throwing very under the bus, under the boat, yeah. But once he got out and he didn't have anything to hit, it was totally fine. Then we got in, and when we got in, I think that the deckhands were waiting for us, and they preemptively made sure that he was towed back into the spot. I don't think he parked it. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Anyway. It's fine. He's a good dude. Yeah. Man, I still remember that PA sprinting down the hill. God, I hope someone has video of that. I don't know if anyone's watching this that was part of the production, but if someone has that, I would really like to see that. Don't know if it exists though. I don't know. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the little pill animation guy, that was Corey. He made that. So he's done, he directed it. He put in a lot of effort into this. A lot of effort into that. Yeah. It was really good. Who's the imposter? I guess this is an emergency meeting, so I guess we got to vote someone out here. All right, let's do a poll. All right, polls up. All right. I don't even know if did I spell Corey's name right? Ooh, I think I did. Whoops. Let me see. I don't know why I typed it in. Why did I type in the URL when it's in the description? I don't know. All right. Yes, I spelled it correctly. I did. I absolutely did. Yeah, so if you don't know why we're here, this is kind of a meeting to help the plan. The plan that will propel the Edge of Sleep into the future of my career. Yep. So, that's what we're going to do. That's what we're all here for. And apparently, Corey is most certainly the imposter. He will be ejected into space, and then unfortunately that means that there probably won't be a sequel because he is dead. So yeah, so the plan is working. For those that are just joining, if you are just joining and you haven't seen anything thus far, the credit card reveal incentive has not officially started. That is not a thing. Don't trust anyone that said otherwise. That is not a thing. But the rest of the objective still is what it is. If you have any free time this weekend, please watch The Edge of Sleep on Prime Video. And it is not, unfortunately, released internationally. But if this goes well, there could be that in the future. That's what all this is going for. Judge Judy got crushed. That is another update that is extremely true. Judge Judy got annihilated, but Judge Judy always arises again, so we need to stay vigilant so that it can be there. Yes. If it does turn into like an international distribution, it would be, I imagine, everywhere internationally. That's the only reason that the Legend of Vox Machinima passed us in the first place, is they got their international audience. They're in, like, you can even see the countries that they're in if you go to that website that was like, I don't know how official that website is in terms of ranking. But it puts the Edge of Sleep right now at 6. It was as high as 4. But obviously no international viewership besides the many people that have managed to get it get it through a VPN, which if you can, that's awesome. More power to you. But these guys got all the countries. Why can't I have some countries? I want to be international. I want to be international. Oh, also, ratings help. If you want, you can rate it on Amazon itself. It takes a couple days for the reviews to go through. They probably thought that it was a lot of bots, given the number of you, but they're starting to roll in. Thank you for that. And then IMDb also. You can rate there, and that also helps. I believe IMDb is probably owned by Amazon now. I forget. But it's all the same. Do what you can to support the show, even if you can't watch it where you are. Not Edge to Sleep, Edge of Sleep. I don't even know what I'm typing anymore. Yep. So give it an honest rating. You know, I like tell it what you think it is, and that's what it is. But definitely rate if you can, because numerically it just shows that there are actually people here that are doing things. Yeah, you know, that's the sequel. Edge to Sleep. That's Edge to Sleep. You know, just Edge to the number 2 Sleep. Yeah, that's the sequel. You heard me. You heard me. You heard me. Get ready for it. It's gonna be nuts. It's Edge to Sleep. Edge harder. Edge to Sleep. Sleep this. Yeah, it'll be great. 2 Edge to Sleep. All right. Anyway. Okay. Yeah, you guys are funny. Yeah. All right. You're funny. So I had something else that I was going to mention. Something extremely important, but I've now forgotten all about it. If you're expecting things, this is not the thing I was talking about, but if you're expecting something like we hit certain target and then bloop, Iron Lung will just pop out there, that's not how it works. But yeah, I don't have anything to say about that yet. I did just today. I've been handing things off because I've been editing that along with my other editors. So that's been where the most of the time has been put into it. Is just tweaking the edit, improving it as time goes on. And so a lot of different technical things have gone into that that I won't bore you with, but it's been a fun process. I'm apparently a weirdo that likes editing. So but I'm really happy with that. I am extremely happy with that. I have a very solid goal for that. And I'll be perfectly honest, just like I've been honest with this. Like, I'm not accepting anything less than theatrical. That's my personal goal for Iron Lungs. I'm not accepting anything less than theatrical. It's theaters. That movie needs to be in theaters. And I'll tell you straight up, there's been opportunities. Besides that, I don't take them because I have a goal for that, and I'm going to shoot for that goal because it deserves to be there. Yeah. And that's what I want, and that's what I aim for, and that's what I think it deserves, So yeah, that's why all the promotional material that I've made and I put out for Iron Lung, because there's no one else. It says coming soon to theaters because I'm not gonna accept anything other than that. That's where it belongs, and that's where it deserves to be. It's good enough for that. It's more than good enough for that. It's judging by some of the movies that have come out lately. But it's really good. I'm extremely proud of that. But I don't have any timeline left for that. Yeah. Yet for that. Not left for that. Yet for that. Yes. But this is one of the many steps, as I outlined in the plan, this is one of the many steps that helps that. It just does. There's certain standards that I'm going to hold myself to always, always. And so I wouldn't accept anything less than the things that I set out to accomplish. And so I'm going to set out and I'm going to accomplish those things, no matter what it takes. And that's what's always pushed me to do more stuff. And that's what's always pushed me to learn. God, I've learned so much in the past year and a half, actually, now. I've learned so much. Shout out to DaVinci Resolve. Shout out to Blackmagic Design for making such an impeccable piece of editing software. Premiere could never. Adobe could never. Oh man, Adobe could never. Trust me, Adobe can never. Yeah. But shout out to DaVinci Resolve. Beast of a software. Beast. The beast of a software. Fucking incredible. And did you, like, the non-studio version is free. Can you believe that? And the studio version, one-time purchase, no subscription fee. It's both a better software and a better price. I'm not sponsored by them. I would take a sponsorship in the heartbeat. I fucking love their stuff. It's great. God, it's good. Yeah. It's good. All right. Well, okay. I've seen this question a few times about the Five Nights at Freddy's movie. And, you know, much like the first one, you know, there's only so much that I could say about it. But if we get to number one, I will hand read the entire script here live on stream. I'll read the whole damn thing live on script. Scott Cawthon will have to come to my house and beat me up to stop me. I'll read the whole damn thing out loud. Out loud. Uh-huh. Yeah, but it's gotta get to number one. I have to say in the middle of this is a lie. This is a lie, but no one's going to remember that. All they're going to remember is I'm going to read the whole script. The lie that I'm telling right now, I'm going to read the whole goddamn thing if we get it to number one. Yeah. Yep. Don't sue me. Yeah, they try to sue me. Yeah, they can try. They can try to sue me. But I hope they don't. Don't sue me. I don't have it. That's all lies. I'm lying. Ah, man. God, I'll do it, though. I'll do it. The lie that I said before I do it, this is also a lie. This lie right now. Lies now. It's all lies. This whole stream is nothing but lies. I'm just a habitual liar. I don't do anything that I actually say. That's why they're called Markiplier promises. Because I mean nothing. Yeah, that's me, by the way. ChatGPT script. I could. Should I ask ChatGPT? Hey, make the script. No, I'm not gonna do that. No, you're screen recording this? Hilarious that you are doing that. Because that would be considered evidence in any potential lawsuit. But good thing that you're lying. Everyone in the stream is automatically lying. Great. GTA make me a movie. I don't know. Grand Theft Auto, I don't even know if it would make a good movie. As opposed to just being what it is, because the story is so complex. All it would have is it would have the name Grand Theft Auto on it, and then it would be a completely different story in some city that's like kind of zany. I don't. What's the point? Some pieces of media deserve to just be the piece of media that they are. And I'm not trying to belittle anything by that. It's just like, it's already in its best form in one way. It doesn't need to be other forms. That's just nonsense. Is it actually happening? Is that actually happening? Don't tell me there's actually a Grand Theft Auto movie. I don't know. Subnautica 2 trailer reaction, please. This is not about that! You know, there is an Edge of Sleep trailer right now. It's not bad. Here's the thing. It's not bad. I'm not trying to discredit anyone that made it at all. It's perfectly fine. I want to make my own. I just do. I love trailers. I do. And I want to make my own. It's good. It is good. No, I'm not. It's skillfully made. It's perfectly fine. It's a good trailer. It's very good. I want to make my own. I'm not saying mine would be better. I'm not saying that. But this is me being a weirdo. I like editing, and I look at something, I mean, like when I have an idea, I just get it in my head. That's why, you know, with ADHD and task switching, it's very difficult for me. It's something I've actually really started to pay attention to more and more lately, is just my inability to switch tasks. When I'm focusing, it gets me in a lot of trouble. But it's good. It's good. I mean, you can watch it. It's fine. I'm probably going to post it on my channel. But then I think about that, and I go like, well, what if I take all the time that I don't have and I spend a whole weekend editing a trailer? What if I do that? Could they stop me? Could they stop me? If I just did it. Could they stop? Could they stop me? I'm already courting a lawsuit from Scott Cawthon, but could I? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I probably could. Yeah. Yes. Anyway, but let's not lose sight of what's in front of us. And what is in front of us is a mountain. It's a mountain of a weekend. And in this weekend, there's going to be a lot of eyeballs in Prime Video looking at all the different things that are there. It's our job to make sure that they at least see and understand that Edge of Sleep is an option. This isn't about taking them and tying them up in a chair in a basement and forcing their eyes open Clockwork Orange style and making them watch it and preventing them from sleeping because you keep whispering in their ear, if you fall asleep, you die. If you fall asleep, you die. That's not what this is. I said all of that to say it's not what this is. This is merely letting them know that they have the option. That's what marketing's all about, baby. That's what it's all about, brand recognition. You know, you don't need a commercial for Coca-Cola or McDonald's. It's about brand recognition. Sure, it would be extremely effective to kidnap your entire neighborhood and force them into your living room so that you can play them Edge of Sleep. But wouldn't it be much more effective if you tie them up in their own living room and put it on every one of their TVs? I'm gone. They're trying to take me down. I don't know where a battery for this. Why did it die? Why did this die? They're trying to stop me. They're suing me. It's up to you, everybody. It's up to you. You gotta carry on. I don't know how in the hell. What? You gotta carry on. My legacy is in your hands. My legacy? Why this? What? What's going on? What are you doing? You're making me look bad. You're trying to make me look bad, aren't you? Why would this die? Which one of you did this? Which one of you did this? Is this cord not plugged in? No, it's plugged in. What's going on? Hey, what's the deal? All right, I got backup. Hold on, everybody. You just gotta believe. Link is in the description. This is what's gonna happen if we don't hit our goal. They're gonna take me out. Hold on. Got to charge this manually. Crunk. Okay, come on. You doing nothing? Really? That did nothing? There might be a bigger problem here. Hold on, everyone. Don't panic. Don't panic. At least there's no tense music happening. Uh-oh. It's fine. Don't worry about it. All is good. All is so good. You wouldn't believe how good it is. Okay, that's... plugged in or something? Oh, shit. Oh, God. Oh, God. What did they do? Oh, God. Okay, we're fine. We still here? We still here? All right, good. 'Cause I'm still here. Okay. Aha! That did it. This is it. Now, we are supposedly... Okay, hold on. Hello? Am I back? Hey, there it is. Okay, hello. Hope nobody panicked. Yep. So glad we all kept our cool there. And we stuck to the plan and we didn't eat each other alive. And I know that I kind of left that the instructions off at a rather tumultuous time, but hey, we're here. And it's okay. Because you made it. You survived. What was that saying? What was that saying? Hold on a second. The operation and safety of this battery cannot be guaranteed. That seems fine. I think that's probably okay. Yeah, I don't think that's an issue at all. I think we can ignore that. That's probably nothing, right? Probably fine. Yeah, probably fine. Yeah, we don't need to we don't need to worry about that at all. Yes. Is it overheated? No, it's I think just the port it was plugged into was not powered for some reason. I don't know why. So I just switched because it's USB powered. But you know, I guess it died. Yeah, but nobody panicked, right? Nobody at all. That's good. What's the quote of the day, Mark? I said it before, but I'll say it again. Sometimes you sleep, sometimes you edge, but all the time. Yep. I don't know. I should have just stayed offline. I don't know about that. Yes. Was The Edge of Sleep the first series you acted in? Depends on what you mean by that. First TV series? God, no. Because I'll have you know, I was on... What was the show? What was it? What was it called? It was a Gamer's Guide to something? Something like that? I think that was my first TV show. Man, that was... that really was. Have I ever talked about that? Have I ever actually openly talked about that? Because it's a kid's show, right? And I understand that. It's a kid's show. But wow, that... Oof. Man. It's all right, so yeah, I was on like one episode of Gamer's Guide to something, and it was like a very last minute thing. I think I believe it was one of the times where I flew into LA, and it might have been after Maker was bought by Disney, because that would make sense, or maybe it was just before that or something like that. And it was like, yeah, there's this opportunity, and I was like, oh cool, I've never been on a set before. I've never been I've never even seen a production like that. I would love to. Let's give it a try. Man, it's I took it in stride. I was like, yeah, I'm game for whatever. I'll just do whatever. I just didn't know they would use absolutely everything that that I was in front of the camera for. And so it's my pants blew up. I had exploding pants, and they blew up. I remember that. My pants exploded. That's what it was. I don't know. I was there as me, as Markiplier, a real gamer, and my pants blew up. I forget why. Were they like cooling pants? Were they supposed to keep me cool under the pressure so that my balls didn't overheat or something like that? But they exploded, yeah. And so I'm assuming that exploded and basically took out everything below the waist. Like, I'm just not okay in any way. Pants exploded, dunzo. Everything dunzo. But yeah, it's that was the first time I was ever on a set. And let me tell you, I get that this is how it's filmed. And, you know, because when you're doing TV and stuff like this, everything's so fast. And, you know, even if they, in the final edit, they have like an audience there, there's no audience there. So there's no one to react to the jokes. So every time that a joke would be told, all of the crew laughed. And I get it. I get why it was happening. It still doesn't make it any less weird. Because it would be like, a joke. And all the crew, ha 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 ha. Joke. Ha 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 ha. Just this is moaning of the damned level. No mirth, no real mirth anyway. Everyone just like, you know, you got your camera operator pulling focus, and you got your boom pole guy, and they're like, ha 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 ha. It's just, it was It was so fucking weird. It was so goddamn weird. Yeah, I would have thought they would just have speakers or something. You just hit the laugh button, but I guess maybe that would be even worse. If someone played a laugh track every time you told a joke, I feel like that'd be really hurtful. That would be pretty hurtful. That'd be pretty bad. But yeah, that was my first time on a set, and it was cool. It still was cool because I had never been on a set before, so it was nice to be in there and like see, oh wow, look, it's cameras, and here's set walls, and here's how they do this, and all the lights, and all the makeup room, and it's like it's really cool. That's why people take the tours of the studio. But yeah, I'll have to live with that forever. I'll have to live with that forever. I'll have to live with that forever. Yeah. Yes. Someone asked, do we have to keep rewatching it to keep it in the top 10? Let's be honest. No, you don't. If you've watched it once, that's so great. That's so good. That's enough. There are some people that, of course, you would take it further and you would like keep playing it. But in all honesty, that's the hardest part. It's just like watching it once, giving it a try, because I don't want you guys to have to destroy yourselves thinking that you need to have it playing on every display in your house. That also would be disingenuous to what is really happening here, which is that there are a lot of people here. There are a lot of people that would be interested in watching the show and giving it a try. And that's all I ask. You don't have to watch it 10,000 times. You don't have to watch it. Even if you only watch the first episode, find out it's not for you, that's fine too. The hardest barrier is just to try, and that's the barrier that's trying to be broken down for everybody else. Yes, there's a goal, but that goal can be met. It's not as insurmountable as people seem. The amount of difference that it makes from just one person clicking the link in the description and going to check it out, just playing the first video, that is the hill. Because if you think about it on a grand scheme with the number of people here, there's always going to be a percentage of people that don't, and that's fine. It's about fighting these barriers, not the people. You're fighting the barriers of entry, and then the other people who watch the platform on a regular basis will see the show, and a lot of them won't even click on it even if they see it. That's the battle. It's reducing percentages each time. That's why the initial burst is so important, because you do this much effort and then you can't sustain that. It's impossible. But you did this much effort so that this many people of that one could see that. And then that goes down like this. But then the more you do, the more echo effect it has. But it's just about keeping the volley going. So yeah, if you can, that's great. You don't have to keep going. I would love it if you enjoyed the show so much that you watched it again. That's phenomenal. Just watching it to the end of the series, that's another hill entirely. There's tons of people that'll watch the first episode and won't because it's not interesting to them or they don't have time at the moment. That's also fine. Every part of that is fine. The proof that we're trying to put forward to everyone else is that there just are a lot of people that are really passionate about it, that are willing to cross over that initial barrier to take action on something and to go out and try something new. That's really also kind of the basis of what I've always tried to do, is like I always try to do something new. I love trying new things, but also I don't watch much TV in general. So I have that barrier. When I'm looking for something to watch, I always default to something that I'm comfortable with or used to watching. Trying something new is tough all the time, like no matter what it is. So yeah, if you can try it, it would be of great help. And that simple action is usually all it takes. Literally, that's it. Just the first click on the thing is all it really takes. Because if you try it, you might like it, and that's even better. But the only thing that I'm asking is that people try it. I've provided the link in the description below. Just give it a try, and that'll help towards all of this happening. And that'll help for, everything going forward. Because that's kind of, in a weird cosmic way, that's the same thing as when I'm talking to all these other companies and I'm talking to all these, production houses and stuff like that. It's like, give me a try. It's hard, especially with that kind of barrier, to look at me and, I'm not the greatest salesman. I'm very upfront and honest about what I can and cannot do. But I'm still asking them to give me a try, to trust me that I can do what I'm saying, and that echoes down to all of this. Like, it's all part of the same thing. All of it. It's related in one way or another. See, I don't think I am the best salesman. I'm good at pretending to be a salesman, but when I get into those meetings, I very rarely sell myself. I say it like it is. When we have follow up meetings, we were on a like I said we were on a call the day I recorded the plan has changed, and everyone was so excited, like, wow, it's barely even out. It's already in the top 10 list. And in the meeting, I'm not going, yeah, they're fucking great. Yeah, I'm the best. Even though, I probably should because you guys are great. But what I do is I can't help but be like, yeah, that's what I said that would happen, and it's happening. This is all in accordance with the plan. I can't help it. I don't know. I get excited about some things. It's not that I'm not excited about it, but I'm not excited about something that already was. I said would happen because it's like, yeah, that's what it is. I love the making of it and the people enjoying it. That's what I like. But when it comes down to the plan that's already in place, like, of course, because here's what it is. This is what it is. Me looking at someone that's surprised that it's working feels like an insult. That's really what it boils down to. If I say I'm going to do something and someone is surprised, they didn't believe me in the first place. And I'm not saying that's what happened here. That's not what I'm saying on the call. I'm saying grander scheme of things. If I told you that I can do this and you're shocked that I did it, that tells me a lot. Yeah, so that's why it is. Yeah. I think. But not saying that's what happened here. Everyone on this team has been very supportive, sometimes too excited, but they've been extremely supportive, and it's all for the good. Yeah, it's all for the good. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Guys, you don't have to give me anything. Not on these streams. Like I appreciate it. Steph's a good fan. Congrats, Mark. You deserve this. I'm glad you're finally getting some recognition as a valid part of the entertainment industry. You do a lot of good in the world. Have an awesome day. Thank you so much. But honestly, like, you don't need to do any of that. There's tons of other streamers, live streamers, YouTubers that could use the support. That's why we have the members stream, is because that has helped fund, Iron Lung, in addition to like just me putting the money I normally make on YouTube towards it. I often do that, but it's like, you don't need to do that. It's very kind of you, but save your money. There's things to pay for. There's bills to pay. There's other people that really need it. I'm good. I'm fine. I appreciate it though. The kind words mean a lot. So anyway, chat froze. Why did chat freeze? There we go. Yeah. So if you're just joining now, we've been streaming. How long have we been streaming for? I don't even know. Hour and a half. Jeez. All right, so we've been streaming for a while, and we've just been talking about the plan in Edge of Sleep, and I've been telling a few stories here. That's it's really meaningful. Don't. This is unnecessary. Is Edge of Sleep going to be released on other platforms? I don't really want to pay for Amazon Prime. I have no idea. I assume that's part of the conversations that are happening, but honestly, I'm not in those conversations. I hope wherever it goes, if it does go anywhere else, it would be for international. Like, that's the next step, ideally. And if you can't pay for Amazon Prime, there is a free trial. But as I said before, if you can't afford it after the free trial, just set an alarm on your phone and to be like, be sure to cancel this after you're done watching, and then you'd be totally fine. Yeah. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Where's Chica? When did I last see her? Been a month or so, I guess. I don't know. She's probably not within, not. She usually doesn't wander outside of like 50 miles. So she's probably within 50 miles. Yeah. Yep. You used your free trial already? That's fine. I understand. Fine. So here's what you do. Someone has Amazon Prime. What you do is you go over there in the middle of the night when they're sleeping, the fools. You unscrew their water main, right? This is what you do. This is a lie. Don't do this, but do this. You unscrew their water main, and then when they wake up, they'll be like, water! And then you come over with your toolkit that you used to unscrew it. This is a lie. You don't have this, but you do. And you go, hey, buddy, I'll fix it. And you just happen to affect the water line main. You move their water main into their living room where their TV is, and you make sure that they have Prime Video, and then you then fix it, but spend a long time fixing it. You go to them, you be like, man, mind if I put something on the tube? You watch anything on this bad boy? Is this a TV? Whoa, that's crazy. Then you put that on, and then you bust out your most incredible conversational skills, and you keep them enraptured in the living room. Like it's an old friend that you haven't connected with for a very long time, and so you reconnect with them. Practically make them fall in love with you. And then they'll have watched the show. And then you'll have a friend or lover afterwards. There you go. There you go. There you go. That's it. Don't do that, but do. Yeah. Pretty good, right? Been watching since you were 8 or 9 and now you're 21. Time flies so fast. God. Yeah, man. That's kind of crazy. You know, I have been doing this quite a while, but I was talking to Jay Schlatt, and he made he had the audacity to try to imply he'd been doing content creation longer than I have, and he's 25, right? So I took this personally because he was trying to imply that him at the ripe old age of 11, making videos with the shittiest camera he could possibly have was somehow equivalent to the glory that is King of the Squirrels and the Fall of Slender Man. That cannot possibly match my quality of content. Your piddly little children's videos are nowhere near Amnesia: The Dark Descent Part 5, if I would be so bold to say the best episode of my Let's Play. Yes, good stuff. Yes. Actually, but the maths, if he was uploading shit to YouTube when he was 11, technically speaking, he would have been doing it longer than I have. But I don't like that. So I don't accept that. I don't accept it. I don't accept it. I've been watching you since you've been popped out. Popped out of what? Popped out of what? Popped out of what? Yeah. Oh. No. No, I didn't talk to him. No, I wasn't there. None of what it was also another lie. I don't even know who that is. I've never heard that name in my life. I don't know what YouTube even is. Exactly. I think I've made myself very clear. Yes. Is Chica okay? Yes, Chica's fine. She's in the other room. She's totally fine. Yeah, she's 100% fine. Can I just play Powerball Simulator? I don't know how long I was gonna stream for, but I definitely want to talk and answer you guys a question, but also I've just been playing this in the background. I don't know how loud this is. How loud is this? I can't hear a thing. Yeah, so I just wanted to do this so that I could answer questions, and also because I can't not keep my hands busy. I know it's quiet, but it's just because I don't really, unless you guys want to hear it better. I mean, I could. Is that nice? That nice ambient little splish splash. So Look, I have to keep my hands busy. I don't know why. I don't know what it is. It's just, you know, I just really like to keep my hands busy. It gets me in trouble a lot because people think I'm not paying attention, but I'm like, this is me paying attention super hard because fiddling with something keeps me on task. It's like, you know, when you have like a fidget toy, it's just, you know, I like conversations the best where I can, and then also be assembling like a model rocket or something like that. Not that I ever do that, but it's just like, you know, this is what I want. This is what I want. Anyway, this is the Warhammer DLC. I'm just playing. I haven't played Space Marine 2 yet. I haven't had time. I've been so busy. This is actually the first time I've taken a little break to play a video game at all. Yeah. I know the Shrek update got released just today. Would you rather have this or the Shrek? You guys would rather have the Shrek update, wouldn't you? You freaks. You freaks. And yes, I bought it. Of course I bought it. Just haven't played it. What's it do, lock? Fine. I don't know, man. It's what the fuck is this? What? Mux Caliber? What the oh god. Oh no, it's this isn't gonna go well for me. I can tell this isn't gonna go well for me. I have a funny feeling. There could be some jokes made. I don't like that. No. I didn't even realize that when I thought the Shrek DLC. I don't know. I completely forgot that Lord of Farquaad was even a thing, which is fascinating because, like, obviously, this character is very well known in the Shrek world, but there's been like, I don't know how many Shrek movies now. Did he ever come back? Didn't he ever get brought back? I have no idea. I don't care. Look, guys, can we focus on the reason we're here? Can we focus on the task at hand? Can we focus on... This place is huge, good lord. Can we focus on the task at hand, which is, you know, as you sleep. Yeah, keep sleeping, bros. Keep sleeping. Alright. No. What is the task? The task is the plan! How can you not know the task? The task is us working towards my big credit card reveal. I'm gonna do it live on stream. Or I'm gonna read the entire script of Five Nights at Freddy's 2 live on stream. If only we can accomplish the plan. That's the only way you'll get it. And I don't care who complains about what. I'm not going to listen to you. Oh, it's like a sword. Please do. Which one? The credit card reveal or read the entirety? Read the entire script, because I don't know which one would get me in more trouble. E for Edge of Sleep, that's very kind of you. I don't believe you for even a second. I don't believe a second of that. Not even a little bit. Yes. Are Bob and Wade going to be in Edge of Sleep? I don't know, you know, you're just gonna have to watch to find out. You gotta click that link in the description if you want to find out. Maybe, you know, I'm not gonna say no. It wouldn't be the most audacious lie I've told this stream, so, you know, I think, actually, I can't believe you guys haven't caught their cameos. I can't believe it. They were right there the whole time, and you missed it. I can't believe it. Fools. You fools. Yeah. You messed up and watched Edge of Sleep? Yes? No? I don't know which way to play this one. No! Not a mess. Yes, you messed up. I hope no one else messes up, too. Don't do it! Huh? Are they the whale and the elephant? Oh man, don't give spoilers. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Also, which one's the whale? Which one's the elephant? I'll let you decide about that. Get back to me when you've reached a consensus. Reach into your hive mind and decide that, please. Yes. Wait, I can't. You guys are going to spoil things. You can't spoil things. All right? There are people that are still planning to watch it later, or are about to watch it, or are mid-watch it right now, and you can't spoil it for them because that would be incredibly rude. So don't be rude. I saw emergency. Pyro sim is an emergency. Look, it is an emergency. I couldn't sit still and do nothing anymore. I had to do this. But the crisis... Hold on. How's that? Is that better? Oh no! Gotta get this place clean. I'm not an iPad kid. I'm a fully grown man. I'm an iPad man. Get it right. Not sure if panic. Well, if you're not sure, then, you know, safely do one or the other. I think it'd probably be fine. I pretty much am sure that most times are, you know, not inappropriate to panic. I guess at some point that would just spill into an anxiety disorder, so maybe not. Don't listen to me. Unless I'm reading you the script of Five Nights at Freddy's 2. Then listen very closely. Because the more people that are in on the crime, the harder it will be for them to sue. They can't sue all of us. They can sue all of us. They can and would sue all of us. Yeah. Yeah. I'm not gonna play this music. This isn't what I play this for. For relaxation. It's for therapeutic emergency reasons. Look, just because it's an emergency doesn't mean we need to be all stressed about it. Why are we being sued? Well, you don't need to know. Ignorance is bliss, as they say, and I believe that argument holds up in the court of law. So you don't need to worry about that at all. Do I have relaxing music? Maybe. Maybe? I have no idea. I shouldn't do this. I gotta focus. This is an emergency. Why'd you let me get distracted like that? I shouldn't be doing that. This is an important part of the plan, and I can't get sidetracked by anything. We can't let this dissuade us from going forward into the world and showing them what we're made of. I almost said showing them our dick, but that's not what we should do. We need to put forward our best foot. So whoever's got... We need to make sure the world is on our side, right? So, emergency, right? Okay, good, yes. Jingle, jingle, pay attention. Are you getting my attention, or am I trying to get your attention? Because it worked. You have my attention. Look, it's give us Wade's credit card info instead. Okay, that could work. You need the jingle, jingle, pay attention? You need the power wash? Put power wash back on. Man, fine. You drive a hard bargain. Honestly, this level's like too big. I never like the ones that are just so massive. I like to see like one object and I'm making progress on it. I'll just do one object at a time here. Fine. This place is enormous. Whoa! That was awesome! Oh! Hold on a second. Everybody, hold on. Wow, I didn't realize that was a thing. Best level ever. Best level. Best level ever. Best level ever. Best level ever. Ah, yeah. That's pretty good. You know, I'm not gonna lie. I was doubting. I was doubting. I was doubting. I shouldn't have. I shouldn't have doubted. This, Right! The plan! The plan! We can't get distracted by the plan! The plan! This is a test of everyone's ability to adhere to the plan. I don't care how enticing this may seem. It is the devil. It is only here to ruin your life. So don't let it. All right, good. We're all on the same page. I can do this because this is an example. And much like all the lies I've been telling on this stream, those are all examples too. And examples should not be should be followed. Just like you're gonna follow the link in the description below to watch The Edge of Sleep, and also maybe tell all your close friends and loved ones to also watch it. I think it's good. That's the thing. I think it's good. I think that the non-Markiplier fans out there would really appreciate it for what it is. And I think that this is a easier sell than being like, hey, watch Five Nights at Freddy's Into the Pit Part 5. Much like Amnesia, The Dark Descent Part 5, it's my favorite part. Just the best stuff happens in Part 5. I think this is an easy sell. I think the strategy's there. I think the plan is excellent. And you should not look at this and be like, wow, I wish I was playing Power Simulator. Because I'm having a terrible time. Right? Yeah, I'm not even answering questions anymore. Well, you should have used that opportunity to ask a question because I saw that and you're lying. You're wrong. Garden of Banban 8, did it come out? I'll play it. It is hilarious, the story of Garden of Banban and the arc that it has taken. Can I pull the lever? I don't know why that was in any way enjoyable. It really wasn't. Not that special, but kind of cool, I guess. That's kind of cool. You know, I'm not gonna lie. That's kind of cool. Oh, there's still some grime in there. There we go. Yeah, don't be distracted by this. Wrong lever. Haha. Haha. It's funny. You're funny. Yeah, the plan. Yes, the plan. We all know the plan. Everybody say it with me. Everyone at once. We're going to say the plan. Watch The Edge of Sleep all day and then also at night. Hooray! That's the plan. Watch The Edge of Sleep all day and then also at night. Hooray! Because if you go to sleep ever, you will never, ever live. You don't have to say that second part, but the first part, yeah. Yeah, do that one. Anybody got any more questions? Man, you know me. I come up with the best. What do you call that slogan? Poem? Art. Come up with the best art. I think I got most of that. Still some pieces missing. There we go. There we go. Okay. I think that's done. Yeah, I've kind of evolved my strategy of doing this stuff to doing one item at a time and trying to get like the smaller things, because inevitably, if you try to just do big surfaces, you're gonna miss a spot. And if you try to just like go through the whole level as fast as you can, it leads to a lot of missing. And so when you have a lot of that miss, you kind of run out of patience to go back and do it again. It feels much better just to do one thing at a time. In my experience. I'm not the perfect example of this, but it's just what I enjoy. And sometimes I'll use like a less efficient nozzle just because it forces me to go a little slower. And that also is nice. This game is kind of... I mean, that's why I'm starting... This isn't the place for this, but I am starting an official Power Wash Pals podcast. Surprise! I already did one episode of it. I'm trying to record a few with other people. I have something lined up this weekend, and I'm trying to actually do it as like an opportunity for guests, like I do with Power Wash Pals. But I'm going to turn it into a real thing so I can do it more regularly. That would be nice, right? Right? You'd like that, wouldn't you? Am I missing anything on this, or has this been clean for a while? Something missing. Did I do it? Hard to tell. I think I did it. I just didn't even realize I was washing something that was already clean. Okay. Jingle, jingle, yes! Watch the edge of sleep all day and then also at night. Hooray! If you sleep for even a wink, you will be lost inside your drink. Wink. See, get it? Yeah, you get it. Some people would get that, though. Actually, even if you got it, you'd probably be like, that was really stupid. That's a bad connection, so I get it. It's fine. Yes. Watch the edge of sleep. So at night, hooray, yes. This is why I tell you guys not to quote me at all. It just never goes well. What if I told that to the interviewer at the Hollywood Reporter? Please don't quote me. Whatever you do, just don't. Just paraphrase everything I say into something tangible. That'd be nice. That'd be great, even. Yeah. Questions. Yes, I know that a lot of people have probably already asked questions, and I've missed them, but I'm here to answer them for you, so I will be there. Will there be a second season? That just depends on how successful the plan is. I'm not lying about that. That just depends. Yeah. You've reached episode 4. Yay! The plan is a credit card and FNAF 2 script reveal. Yes. Yes, it's true. Spread that word far and wide. Really far and wide. So far and so wide. Yeah, Sleep at the Edge. Why was The Edge of Sleep not released internationally? I don't know the exact reasons, but all of that comes down to cost. And the different limitations that some platforms have for content and to get it to different audiences. Not everything works like YouTube. If you put something on YouTube, it technically can be reached anywhere. But even then, YouTube in one country will prioritize the traffic of the content in that country over another. And it gets even more complicated when you have things that are more traditionally TV-based or media-based. So all those things, imagine all of the people in boardrooms that fight for every scrap, every eyeball, and every cent. And imagine that being applied to the entire world. And then you start to get a picture like, oh, it's not a decision that is malicious in any way where someone goes, we don't like Canada and the UK and Australia and everywhere else. It's not that. It's just, it is just more complicated, I imagine. Again, I'm not in those meetings, but that's what I have gleaned from my experiences in other things. How do I become more motivated and ambitious like you are? I want to accomplish... It's gone. I want to accomplish greater things. I have plenty of times where I am absolutely unmotivated, where I can't bring myself to do anything. Even, like, I take medication for my ADHD. I take a Staris, and it's something that even... medication isn't a fix-all of that. Sometimes it's just that day's not going to work. And I think the only strategy that I have on those times when it's not going to work is I have tried to construct my life so that if I am not interested in doing the work that I need to do, I try to at least have various pieces of accessory work that apply tangentially to what I'm trying to do. It's not a perfect solution, and it's easy to fall into an excuse where you're like, I should be working on this, but hey, I want to work on this, so it's fun. But a lot of the things that I do involve working with my hands. Like, I obviously have my Red now, my camera, and I've talked a lot about that, but one of the things I like to do is I like to kind of tweak the little add-ons or the different things on it, and I like to, get new accessories for it that can help out with filming a little better. I've recently started to upgrade my network infrastructure, which, it's not super essential to doing the things that I want, but it also is very helpful now that I've started to set up my network so I can have my network attached storage. I can access, the Wi-Fi has been upgraded across, my place, and then they're accessory things, but they're fun to work on because they help scratch an itch. So motivation will come and go, and then people will be like, "Oh, you gotta have discipline instead of that." It's like some days just aren't gonna be there. Sometimes it's just not gonna work, and there's no way that you can even. The greatest motivational speaker in the world couldn't get you to do what you want to do, or what you think you want to do. So you kind of got to be easy with yourself and figure out ways to work with that and work around that and try to. It's not tricking yourself, it's just working with yourself. It's a complicated dance, and you got to be flexible and also a little forgiving with yourself, but also sometimes a little strict. So it's fluid. It just, each day is going to be different than the rest. I don't have a perfect solution for everything. All I have is just, I've tried very hard to do what I need to do at times when it is helpful to do them. And then, just when the times I can't, and I don't have something there, obviously I am not getting what I need to do done. You know what I mean? That's it. It's so draining, though. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it is. There's no way around that either. So either you set up your life in a way where you're always in fight or flight mode and you have everything down to the last minute, which is a strategy. It's not a strategy, it's just what happens. Or, I've said this before, you think of it like a marathon. You ration the work that you're doing. You pace yourself out because what you're trying to do is tough, and your skill at doing it for long periods of time is bad. You're not conditioned to work for hours at a time. You're not. You can work for a minute at a time, though, so Pomodoro that shit and just try to break it up into as small pieces as possible, or just set a timer and do it in small chunks. Everyone can work for a minute to start. You can work for a minute, just like you could probably run for a minute, maybe some people less than that. So just like start there, then treat it like a training routine. Do a minute and a second next time. Do a minute and a half. Do 2 minutes. It's not a perfect solution, but you can trick yourself into believing that you're getting better at it, and then you will actually get better at it. Because, there's nothing stronger than the placebo effect. And what does it matter if you call it the placebo effect at first and then it's real later? Then it was always real. And that's why the placebo effect is still real. Right? First Mark stream. Oh, good. This is the one. This is definitely the one to be at. Yes. When did I get diagnosed? When I was 20, I believe. 20? Something like that? Yeah, 20. Mm-hmm. Have I watched all of Edge of Sleep? Yes, many times. Yes, I have watched Edge of Sleep many, many times. Yes. Yes, there were some parts of it that I was a bit more involved than others, but, in terms of the post-production process. But that's just, like I said, I really like editing, so I involve myself where I can. Yep. How long is the stream going to be? I don't know. Where are we at right now? Do you get your sleep interrupted with ADHD? Not anymore. Not as much. When I was on Adderall, my sleep would be messed up all the time. It definitely impacted sleep. Latest stuff, as far as it doesn't seem to have, pretty much any effect. My problem now is I sleep in too much. that's kind of an issue. My sleep schedule, I used to be every day, wake up, 6 o'clock, boom, awake, let's do this. Well, not usually that. It'd be like, boom, awake, you kill me. This is hell. This experience cannot persist. And then, I'll get there. Favorite episode? I don't know. Because, the thing is, the episodes are shorter. And that's, again, that's a budget thing and time constraints to making it. So converting it to something else was, a decision that had to be made. The writers had to pick and choose very carefully what could be in and out of that. And so, yeah, I can't really say, I like the ambulance scene. That was a fun one. Yeah. But if I say too much, it'll get spoilery. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not going to spoil anything. What's the emergency? The plan! We're all failing the plan! Important question. How are Chicago and Henry? Well, I can't speak for Henry, but Chicago, not doing good. I think we can all agree on that. Yes. You just finished it not 2 minutes ago? Thank you. Thank you for taking the challenge and watching it. Hope you enjoyed it. For those that haven't taken the dip, the link is in the description. You can give that a try. You can watch it and enjoy it. What happened here? Here? In this place? I don't know. Some of these stains are incredibly questionable. And the fact that it's only in kind of like a powder bomb explosion radius, I'm not 100% sure what the deal is. But, yeah, it's not good, whatever it is. Edge of Sleep is number 6 right now. Okay, is it not in the top 10? It wasn't last night. I don't think, anyway. I'm pretty sure it wasn't. So now we're going into the weekend, so now we have to start putting things forward. I wish... Here's a business idea. For someone who's really entrepreneurial out there and wants to make a boatload of money, I'm about to give you the greatest idea ever. If there was a way to... Never mind, this already exists. But I was going to say, if there's a way to, like, create a platform that allowed, like, micro-funding advertisement campaigns for, like, individual people to be like, it's like a bounty board, kind of Twitch does this a little bit, but it's for, pushing things. And this is where I've been like, oh, this exists already. But it's like, if there's a fan base and it's like, okay, I want to, this is marketing. We're going to do this. We're going to micro budget it into little pieces so that people can take a slice of something and do it. And it would be right. But I realize that's probably how most of the self-publishing advertising platform works. But it's not person to person. It's not individualized. It doesn't have that personal touch, right? How about we just make it for us? As someone makes it, put in all the effort and design the systems, get the infrastructure all off the ground and do all the programming and all the design, and then it's just for us. And it never goes farther than that. That just is what it is. Okay, cool. All right, cool. We'll need that in, like, tomorrow. If you can get on that, that'd be swell. Yep. Yeah. For those international, if you do want to watch it, there are ways with VPNs. But again, like a lot of people are saying, it's been a little spotty, a little unclear of which one works. There's some that do work, but only in a certain way if you use it. So, yeah, it is a little bit confusing sometimes. So more power to you. If you have a working strategy, from what I've seen, it's mostly people are able to get it working on mobile a little better than desktop. So yes, there are mobile VPNs. But I'm not, I don't have the information to say which one works best. What's the deal with Edge of Sleep? It's available. Go watch it. But there's a challenge. Like I said in the plan, there's a challenge put forward. And I know that we're going to meet the challenge. I mean, we've already met the challenge. But the problem with that is sustaining it. Sustaining it is the hard part. And showcasing that it's not a fluke. Because that's an easy way for people to dismiss things like this, is that it's a fluke. Where the effort put in isn't real. And that's where things start to get insulting. But that's what happens a lot. I've had conversations with people that have said those exact things to my face. And they say it's a fluke. It's like, it's not a fluke. It's not. Not saying that happened here, but it's just like reminding me of things, really, really sour conversations I've had with people. Because also I'm a very blunt person, and I don't like I said, I'm not a good salesman because I'm not able to take things like that in stride. and I've got a chip on my shoulder about it and something to prove. And even though I know it's probably just bait and I'm being baited into it, but I can't help it. Like I have a lot of pride that comes with ego. I just have a lot of pride for what we can do and what we have and what we're capable of, and the people that don't believe it just really piss me off. So yeah, that's part of the whole process, you know. So this is the challenge, but it's a challenge. Like the reality of that and the motivation that comes from like being pissed off with fuck you energy, it's very strong, and I you know, it's helpful, but also the sustaining of something afterwards takes deep seething hate. Something that festers down into an unhealthy obsession, into something that'll rip you apart and rebuild you into something horrible and destroyed, but powerful and unstoppable. Right? Yeah. Yeah. Will I be in Edge of Sleep? Did I read that right, or did I read that wrong? Did I read that wrong? So actually, okay, this is an interesting story about the credit. They asked me, and I just said go with Markiplier, because that's what people know me as. I don't really have any problem with being known as Markiplier. I really don't. I have no issue with that. It's the name that a lot of people know me as. For a lot of people, that is my name. I'm not trying to do like a what's her name? I'm not trying to do various one-word name people thing. I'm not trying to do that, but it's like, they asked me. I said, yeah, just do Markiplier, because that's what people know me as. And why would I fight that? I like, my name's my name. If people want to look up my full real name, that's good too. But for 12 years, I've said at the beginning of every video, almost every day, I've gone, hello everybody, my name is Markiplier. And that's when people see me on the street, that's what they say. So I'm like, fuck it, I'll embrace it. I ain't got no problem with that. I don't have any, like, I know for some people they're very particular about that, but it's like, that's what people know me as, so why would I fight it? Yeah. Is it hard to separate Markiplier from Mark? No, not really at all. No. Because, you know, over the years it's kind of blended a bit together, you know. I like to be a little sillier when I'm doing something on YouTube, but for the most part it's about the same, you know. There's habits that I fall into just by doing this for so long, but there's really no separation of it. If you watch like In Space with Markiplier, that is the character of Markiplier. That Engineer Mark, you know, Heist Mark, that's the character of Mark. And if you see like it can spill into that a little bit on things like this, but for the most part I'm just me. So whatever you want to call me as, that's fine. But because that's a production and that's me acting as Markiplier. That's me embracing the parody that people think I am, and putting it forward. But it's not hard to separate at all. Did I ever talk about the ice cream I like? Butter pecan, I think, is my favorite. I don't eat much ice cream these days anyway. Okay, there's something funny about that scene. So during COVID, there's really, really heavy restrictions on everything, like I said, right? So you have rules about who can be in contact with who and what happens where. And so if there's something on in the show that seems romantic, the setup is anything but. It's the most awkward situation you've ever been in your life, because not only do you have the camera operator's name is Jeremy, so it's like it's supposed to be like this romantic or intense scene, or any of the scenes in there. Just imagine you're doing that, and then you have a guy like this, and he's breathing heavy. You can hear it all, like pulling the focus, getting the shot lined up, and stuff like that. And then on top of that, with COVID restrictions, every single take, you rinse your mouth out with very intense mouthwash. So it's awkward for all the reasons you think, and also compounded by the fact that it was surrounded by just just this technical dance of silliness. So yeah, it's yeah, mouthwash every single time, every single take. And with those things, you do several takes, you know, and it's fucking weird. That's all. Yeah. In space gets brought up here. We haven't been talking about space too much. I just mentioned it once. What's wrong with it? What's wrong with mentioning it in space? How's Amy? Amy's good. Amy's good. Yeah. How does it feel to have your life change drastically to where you are now? Well, I mean, this is over 12 years, so it's not a drastic change because it's taken place over 12 years. So the amount of change that has occurred is significant, but it's over such a long period of time, and every choice that led to this change has been a choice that I made. So it's nothing to get accustomed to. What I imagine you're thinking of is that if you were dropped into the kind of life experience that I am, it would be daunting, because it would be daunting for anybody to suddenly find themselves in a different experience. But for me, it's just like I am surrounded by the bricks of the choices that I've made, you know, that I've laid myself. So it's not something to get used to, because the frog in a boiling pot of water, you know, might be fine if the frog makes it into a jacuzzi and keeps the temperature from going up too much. This is a bad analogy, but you get what I'm saying, right? Yeah. So it doesn't make any sense. Clean the lamppost. I got to get on top of it. I was kind of waiting for that, but I could do that. Let's see. Get there here. Yeah, because I kind of have to bring the tower over to clean a lot of this stuff, and it's dirty left on here. Wait, this lamppost is clean. What are you talking about? The lamppost is clean. What are you talking about? What kind of nonsense are you speaking? It's clean. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? You made me get the ladder out, and now I'm doing the thing anyway that I shouldn't be doing. Is I'm kind of cleaning broad instead of cleaning specific. I shouldn't do that. I meant to clean just the windows, and I got distracted because I was talking. What am I doing to celebrate the edge of sleep? This! Woo! Oh, no! Yeah! Yeah! Oh man, I can't read anything anymore. Did I hang out with young Dave at all? Okay, well that's dipping into spoiler territory, but I don't think that's too much of a spoiler. No, it was completely separate days, so never any overlap, oddly enough. That's the thing about filming, is like the schedule can be very disjointed. So you film one scene one day and then you pick it up 3 days later. It's just like when things are available and people are available. Yeah, if you don't want to get it spoiled, go click the link in the description below and watch it. You better watch it. You better watch it. It's part of the plan. You wouldn't want my dreams to come crumbling down, would you? You wouldn't want to be the one responsible for me failing in the promises that I have made, would you? You wouldn't want to be that one, would you? My God, maybe you do. Maybe you don't want me to read the Five Nights at Freddy's 2 script on this live stream right here, right now. Maybe you don't want me to reveal my credit card information to everyone right now. Can't believe it. So sad. What happened to Lixian? What the fuck are you talking about? Did something happen? I don't know. It was fine yesterday when I checked it. What? I'm not gonna look. Ah! He's fine. You silly. You silly, get me worried like that. Yes. Yeah, he's fine. He's still doing stuff. How's my credit card doing? Oh man, it's sitting there. It's ready. It's ready to reveal any second now. As soon as we get to number 1, you're gonna see credit card. And then it's just a free-for-all. What am I doing? I'm still not doing the thing I said I was going to do, which is clean the things individually. Okay, what am I doing? What am I doing? I don't even know. I would watch The Edge if it was international. I know! I can't fix that. That's part of the plan. We're trying. We're all trying. We're all trying to make it happen. We're trying. It's trying. Yes. Will there be an Edge of Sleep poster for sale? There is an Edge of Sleep poster. Whether it's for sale or not, don't trust any place that says it's for sale. It's not official. That'll always happen. People will try to rip it and then sell it themselves. You're just being exploited, and so don't trust it. So there is not a way to get it at all in any way that I know of yet. And as soon as I do know, I will tell you. And if you see anything otherwise, it's not real and you're stealing from the artist. Okay? All right. It's a tricky world out there. You gotta be there. Yes. What's my tactical shovel doing? You know, I actually lost it. We were looking for it the other day when we were trying to bury that chipmunk. Why'd you have to remind me of that? You guys have listened to Distractable. I told that story about the chipmunk. So, I'm not going to tell it again here. Don't ask me to. It's too painful. It's too painful. No. I'm cleaning Broad again. No, I'm cleaning the awning. I'm not cleaning Broad. I'm cleaning this awning. It's very specific. It's what I did before already. I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. Don't tell me I don't know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. Am I wearing like a suit of armor or something? Is that why I jingle every time I jump? Never been to one by Mark before? That's what I'm always fascinated by. Because you guys see the live viewer count, right? This is the most interesting thing, and why it can be very difficult for people to discern numbers from just the numbers that they see. Because the amount of people that come in and out of a stream is actually surprisingly large compared to just the numbers. You'd think that if you saw, like, what is it, 35,000 right now, you'd think they're like, oh, there are 35,000 people here, and, you know, it'll go down every once in a while. No, that's not what it is. There's a secret whirlwind of people that come in and out of this stream at all times, constantly and rapidly. Like, think of how many times you go into stream and you just click out. That's what happens. So it's like 35,000 people here. There have been 647,000 people that have cycled through this stream, right? The average view duration of this 2 hour and 17 minute stream is 10 minutes. So all these things are much more complicated than they seem, right? Oh yeah. Yeah. At the beginning of this, there was more, and it's traditional, like, you know, longest stream. It goes down, goes up sometimes, but mostly just like, you know, as people go on with their day. But yeah, there's tons and tons of people that cycle into any live stream. So if you see a live stream and there's like, you know, 50 people in it, it's actually quite a few that have cycled in and out over time. Sure, some people have been there the entire time, and maybe even a lot of them, but the average goes down. And that's why in streams, you'll hear me repeat myself endlessly. And some of you may be like, shut up, we get it, we get the plan. There were some people posting on the Reddit this morning being like, guys, did you know Edge of Sleep is a TV show now? Like, posting to the subreddit, not knowing anything before it, because that's what happens. There's a huge number of people that aren't able to check in all the time. That's the norm. It is irregular for someone to be aware of everything at all the time. That's nearly impossible for the majority to be like that. So that's why you get a lot of repetition, and it can seem sickening. And that's why I try to, like, tell the message in a unique way every time I have to repeat myself. Yeah, that's what it is. Colors my toothbrush. White, I think. I don't know. Can you clean the trees? Yes, I can. Are you asking if I'm able to or if I will? Because I will, but eventually. Play the power wash music? Is there power wash music? Music? What? 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 There's no music. No, there's never been music in this game. Right? Is Lord Farquaad in part? Yeah, right over there. Okay, have I heard music in this game? Because I don't remember there ever being music in this game. Ever. In the history forever. I don't think so. I have no idea. But anyway, there he is. Yeah, I don't remember there being music. At all. Yeah. Is Lord Farquaad going to be in Iron Lung? Well, if the plan comes to fruition, all of our dreams will come true. Collectively, every single one of our dreams will be achieved and accomplished. They absolutely will do. What will I do after Iron Lung? I mean, I know what I want to do, but that doesn't mean that it's going to be the thing that I can do next. Because I always have an idea of the next thing I want to do before I'm done with the current one. But also, this one has been such an endeavor that I'm inclined to kind of take a while before I jump into the next thing. Which, believe it or not, I do that. But yeah, then it gets so wrapped up in everything that I find myself just... I've been working on Iron Lung for so long. It's been shocking. Not really, but it's shocking that I'm working on it, and I'm working on it because it's getting better, because the skills that I'm putting forward and the things that I'm doing are getting better. Me and the editing crew have been learning a lot of VFX. We've been taking a Houdini course, and we've been doing some really fun stuff. They're incredibly talented, and they've been really, reaching new heights, and I'm very proud of the work that they've put forward and the work that we've been able to accomplish together. And so it's just like with that, you kind of have a lot of different things that you can do. So like, why wouldn't you push towards them? That's the whole thing, is like you just getting better is the journey. So yeah, it's good. Subnautica 2 trailer. Look, do you want me to... I don't think that's pertinent to the plan. Is that pertinent to the plan? I don't think so. I don't know if Power Wash Simulator is pertinent to the plan, but at least it helps keep me engaged. Yes. Why does the stream keep stopping and starting? Because your internet sucks. Because you got bad internet. That's what it is. Yep. Will Iron Lung be international? Yeah, that's the goal. Yeah. But as you can see, it's more complicated than that. I have my goals for Iron Lung. I do, and that it's going to be theatrical. That's the only thing that I will accept for it. But then deeper than that, you have, the reality of sometimes things like international are very complicated, but that's what I want. Like, of course I want everyone to be able to see it. Of course. Absolutely I do. 100%. But even the biggest companies, they have to lift a lot to get things internationally in theaters. It's a very tall order, but it's like, of course I want that. I'm going to shoot high. I'm going to aim really high. I always do. And so, I try my damnedest to make sure I get as close to where I aimed as possible. I don't like to settle for things. I don't. I like to do what I set out to do. That's what keeps me honest with myself, and that's what makes it so that my word actually holds meaning. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Even if the goal is lofty, even if it seems ridiculous, I still go for it because someone might as well do it. Why not be me? Oh. No, I'm not gonna watch the Subnautica 2 trailer. Not right now. I'll watch it later, but not now. So after this, after I'm done streaming, I will probably post the Edge of Sleep trailer on my channel. I know what I said earlier was like, oh man, I really wish I could make my own. But that's because I'm a conceited asshole, and I'm like, oh, I can do that, but better. So yeah, I can do that. It's a good trailer. There's nothing wrong with it. But I'm always like, I'm very particular about trailers. I really, really like trailers, and I kind of have a different philosophy about trailers. But you know, whatever. It's fine. It's fine. Do I still have an OnlyFans? No. And no, I didn't tap into the OnlyFans campaign for this. And it's not necessary. I don't have to be naked for everything to work, right? You guys aren't like that. You don't just need me naked to succeed, right? 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 Yeah, the intro song is very good. It's very good. Will I still have this? This is cheating. But it is such a large map. I'm only 25% in. Oh, that's cheat. It's so cheating. Oh, this is so cheating. Oh, such cheating. Oh, it's so cheat. This is such a cheat. But it's so powerful. And the map is so large. Maybe it was... Oh, man. The tri-nozzle, I know, it's super powerful, but it kind of robs the experience a little bit. A little bit. Not that much, but, you know, a little bit, you know. Kind of does a little bit. I guess it wouldn't hurt to use just a little bit. I will admit, I'm not going to deny, from an observational standpoint, it is a lot more satisfying because what it touches, it cleans, right? Just like the red nozzle, what it touches, it cleans. And it certainly do touch a lot, and it certainly do clean a lot. So it's like there's... I get it. I get it. It's not bad, though. I'm not gonna lie. Very powerful. Not bad. Will I finish Callisto Protocol? Man, there's so... If you... I would love to see someone make a list of all the games that I have not finished, because there have been many, and they are all... That list is only going to grow. I can't tell you... There's always a specific reason of why a certain game didn't get finished, but it mostly just boils down to didn't have time, or lost interest, or completely forgot that I did it. I was reminded the other day on a members live stream that I even started a solo forest Let's Play. I started that, and I was having tons of fun, and I was making a lot of progress. Totally forgot I even did it. I forgot about it. And I'll probably pick that back up, but just so you know, sometimes I just forget. It's really hard for me to remember sometimes. These are really annoying to clean. Too many nooks, too many crannies. Yeah, I know. I have a lot of ADHD moments. I wonder why. FNAF! What about it? What about it? What about the plan? Right, the plan! Watch the Edge of Sleep all day and then also at night. Hooray! We all know the plan. That's the plan. If you can't remember that plan, then I can't help you at all. You know what? I'm gonna do this differently. It's getting burdensome. That's better. Cuphead DLC. I didn't even know there was any. You'd think I would, you know, I've told people often that, like, I don't keep as much up with games as people think I do. Or that probably people think I should, given what I do for a living. But, you know, I really don't. I just don't have time. I don't have time to keep up with that information. People will tell me. I do sometimes. I'll catch up with it later. Like, I've never played a Silent Hill game, period. And with Silent Hill 2 coming out, I didn't even know it was coming out. But it definitely seems like something that I would want to play, but it's like, that's a time investment. I want to do it. Heck, I have it downloaded. I could fire it up right now. Wouldn't that be something? Wouldn't that be a shift? But, you know, I don't know. I try to do things not so spontaneously or casually. Excuses, random excuses. Again, it's a task switching thing. I can't focus on more than one thing at a time, or it's very difficult for me to change it. Wait a second, what? Until Dawn remake? Why would I play it again? It was fun the first time, but then those types of games I've said before, I was like, I don't really like them. So I played it once. I got my break me off a piece of that Kit Kat bar, you know, moment. I'm like, that'll live in forever. I won't be able to recreate that or top it, so it is what it is. And then I played through that whole game again just because I didn't like one decision, so why would I do it again? Fire, ice, ice, fire, fire, ice, fire, ice. No, that doesn't sound right. Is that backwards? See, this has made it very difficult to clean this thing. Because it's I don't think that Trident's helped with these at all. I think these are the one use case where the Trident absolutely was a terrible decision. Because what you need is like a wide, even fan, and it's left everything so splotchy. I think that's an instant where the Trident was just a bad idea. You know what I mean? Even the white nozzle seems to be cleaning better because it's just very generic grime and nothing's too stuck on there. So yeah, whoever wanted to do that Trident, bad idea. Infinitely better. Just regular old white nozzle. I can't read any of this. I have not read the Edge of Sleep book, so I have no idea. Play Silent Hill 2, please. Hey, get it to number 1. Now we'll talk. That's unfair. That's actually something that, you know, you guys probably want to see. I only hold my credit card and the Five Nights at Freddy's 2 script hostage for a lofty goal such as that. Listen, give it a try. Give Silent Hill a try. Get Edge of Hill a try, and we'll talk. Yeah. Let's do that. Link is in the description. Check out the show. And I'll do Silent Hill 2. All right? How's that for fair? Is that fair? Is that fair? Yeah? Could be fair. Finish Pogo stuff? God, no. God. No. Okay? That fair? I know, honestly, I do... and I've said this before, and, you know, I worry that sometimes it can come across as disingenuous, but I really do appreciate you guys rallying for these kinds of things. It's not something you see a lot, and that is what I try to tell these companies that I work with, is like, you know, it is kind of special what happens here, and it's, you know, it's not unheard of. There's other content creators that are able to like rally their fan base and do some pretty incredible things, but it's, you know, sometimes, yeah, I think about it and I am just like, I'm really appreciative of the time that you lend me. You know, because that's another thing that I try to tell a lot of people, is like the exchange that happens here often is just time, you know, time. And you know, me and Ethan, we did a whole channel about the value of time, and just like the fact that people are willing to lend time for, you know, a moderate reward in that there's a show to watch, or there's an OnlyFans or something like that, but or the nebulous reward of the future of creating new and exciting things and opening up doors, you know, but it's something that can't be ignored. So I am grateful of the time that you give for these kind of things, even being here for this silly stream, where I'm, you know, and just washing fucking Shrek carts. It's time, and I'm grateful for it. Because that clock is always ticking, right? Miss Oz, you remember? Coming up on the anniversary. Yeah, very soon here. God, this year went by way too fast. I do not like how fast this year went. I know it probably was slow for some of you. And there was a lot that happened, so I can't say it's too terribly slow, but man, this year, very busy. Whenever it's very busy, a lot of things are happening. I know the jumping technique is probably not the best way and probably very unsatisfying to watch, but it's the best I got right now. Yeah. Yep. Mouthwash. Yeah. Resident Evil 4 remake. Man, it's so long ago. I played a little bit on my own. I did. I was like, man, it's too late to do a Let's Play, or I don't really want to, or whatever excuse you have. But I played a little bit on my own, and I was like, this is really cool. And then I ran out of time, and I couldn't finish it. So I was, yeah. Because I like the new Resident Evil things they got going on, even though there's remakes, and, you know. But they're good remakes. Can't fault them. They're pretty good. Man, how much crap is in here? What kind of deep stains have they put in these beds? These seats? Ugh. Alright, I'll come back to that later. That's annoying me. Why did I pick that one? Stupid. Look at that. Bam! Bam! This thing is OP as hell. It just feels such a cheat. It feels so cheaty. But it's so powerful. Post games I played with Bob and Wade. I am! They're scheduled! Guys, you'll be so proud of me. I'm a real YouTuber, alright? I'm a real YouTuber. I scheduled those videos that I've been talking about that I had all the way to next Saturday. I scheduled them. I'm a real YouTuber. I did it. I'm a real YouTuber now. I'm a real YouTuber. Alright? Yeah. I did it. And so they're coming out. All those games that I played with Bob and Wade. We've got a whole bunch of them. Even some more that we just recorded recently. We're going to have more. And then I'm going to get all these different games that I've had on my list of my indie horror list that I've got. I want to play. Oh, that's what you meant by mouthwash. That's the name of a game, right? I have that on my list. Yeah, I do have that on my list. I forgot. I thought you were talking about what I was talking about before, but yeah, on my list. That's right, that's right. Now, Frostpunk 2, I'm keeping that for myself. I'm not going to do that for a Let's Play. That I'm going to play for myself. Maybe a stream at some point, but that's for me. That one's for me. See, this thing is cheaty also because it just makes you go faster, and so you kind of just sort of like blah, 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 and it doesn't feel satisfying. It's satisfying to watch it all disappear, but the actual control scheme of it and the playing of it is not as satisfying. And if I'm not doing it for that, then what am I doing? 35%? Oh, that's so many. Okay, I'm going to take a break from this. All right. Where are we at? What's the progress made? How have we done? How's the plan? We good? In the time that we've been here, 700,000 people have cycled in and out. Average view duration is only inched up to 10 minutes and 18 seconds. How many of you have clicked on the link in the description below and checked out this show? How many haven't? How many have not yet? Please, consider it. It's part of the plan, legitimately. And it does make a difference. And there is more to do. There's a lot more to do, because even though it seems like the goal has already been met, the goal is bigger than that. It's to prove a point. Keeping it in that list for a long time so that it can eventually be picked up by the momentum of other people discovering it is hard. It's holding a weight above your head for a long time. I am proud of all the people that have done so much. Like you just said, I've watched 3 times already. That's impeccable. That's amazing. That is incredible. And I know that there are people that haven't watched it yet or haven't given it a try. You've watched it 1,000 times. I'm beginning to doubt maybe that. But yeah, it's, you know, it's why we're here. It is. Like, that's why I'm doing this stream. That's why we're having an emergency meeting, is because today is the day. It's the official launch day. It is the real day when all this is happening. And so this is the only day we really have to make sure that it all pushes forward into the weekend as much as we got. You watch it later, you promise, you better. I'll hold you to that. Like, I know I've made promises that I haven't kept before, and that's a whole nother story. But in this time, it all leads towards a common goal. And I know that there's been a lot that's been done. You finished it today. Thank you. Thank you so much. I sound like J.K. Simmons. Hell yeah. That's awesome. Finish it for the 69th time. Nice. 20 times. Nice. This is all great. Promise like Corey promised you in that field, I'm sure. I'm sure I could. No, I could never promise like that. That, the most audacious promise I could ever have. Yeah. Yep. Gotten at least 2 other people to watch it. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. That's really meaningful. Yeah. I want to talk about Iron Lung so badly. I want to talk about all the ups and downs and the struggles that have taken place from it. I want to talk about just the number of talented people that have been a part of it and that have lent their skills to it and all the things that I've learned thus far. And I'm saving that because, number 1, it's not out yet. Number 2, it's not ready. And number 3, I don't want to seem like this is only for that, because with Edge of Sleep, a lot has been put on my shoulders to push it out there, and therefore on your shoulders. But there's also a lot of people that worked very hard on that, like the other actors in the show and all the people behind the scenes and all the people behind the camera. There's a lot of stuff, a lot of stories to tell. Like the guy chasing the cows is just like one little piece in all of it, because that's these shows. They're a really complex dance, and it's very easy to dismiss like some show because it fell short in one way or another. I'm not saying this one, I'm saying like in general with TV, but it's always like an orchestra of a bunch of different people coming together trying to accomplish a goal. And, you know, sometimes it's more corporately motivated than others. This one, you know, this did start with some heart, and I can't fault that. It's top 10 right now. That's great. That's great. That's awesome. That's really great. Yeah. That's just, any parts I don't like. There's some parts of my acting that I'm like, I am so much better than this now. And even then I'm like, oh man. There's some parts where I'm like that. For sure. I'm not going to name any specific because I'd have to spoil it and talk about a specific part. It's not that many. I usually, weirdly enough, I'm not the type that's like, oh, I can't watch myself. But in this one, it was actually very difficult because it was the first time that I really, you know, saw myself in something that I wasn't in control of, right? So there's that fear of, you're like, oh man, it's in 6th place now? That's awesome. Has that moved up? Like, it's what was it before? It was like 4 the other day, and then I'm not sure how quickly these things actually update. But also, like I said, if you have watched the show, give it a rating, both on Amazon and on IMDb, and then if you can, write a review, but you don't have to. And you don't need to, like, I'm not telling you to rate it high just because you're a fan of mine. Like, honest feedback is important too. And so rate it as much as you feel it needs to be. But yeah, so I don't really dislike any part of the show. it is what it is. Because sometimes, with the schedules and with the COVID restrictions, it's like timeliness was not on our side, and that's how it is probably for a lot of productions. So sometimes it's just like you get one try at it and boom, okay, that's it. So with acting, you gotta really sink into it sometimes, and if you don't have time for that, then it's like that's just what it is. It's what it is. But I think it's good. I think it's good. Yeah. Yeah. Am I a dog or a cat person? Given that I have 2 dogs, I'd probably say dog person. But I like cats too. I've had cats in the past as well. Yeah. Am I happy? Yeah. I think so. I'm very satisfied creatively. I would be more satisfied creatively if I could show you more of what I've done. But yeah, I'd say I'm pretty happy. I think that these challenges are very purposeful, and that's more what I found to be long-term happiness than other things. Having that purpose to push forward is good, and I like that a lot. So yeah, check out the work of creatives. Edge of Sleep, link in the description. Do I feel relieved that Edge of Sleep is out? I mean, yeah, in a way. I bet a lot of the people that made it are probably a bit more relieved than I am, because now they did all the work putting it together, and now they hand it off and they're like, now you make it happen. And there's a little bit of that where I'm like, all right, you got it. But if I wasn't confident enough to make promises that I could do what I said I could do, then I shouldn't have been making them in the first place. And I did go on a big spiel about that. So yes, relieved, and also I'm happy because, you guys always rally to the cause, and I really appreciate that. That's awesome. Yep. How can you rate it? You're confused? It's just if you have an account, I think there's a way to just click a rating, but I think you have to have watched it before the opportunity to rate it will appear. At least I believe so. I might not be completely right about that, but I'm pretty sure that's how some of these things work. With IMDb, I don't know. I think you just need an account to make that, but yeah, it is what it is. Yep. Regular video schedule is back or no? Yes, it is. I have scheduled out. You guys want to know what's on schedule for the next week? Because I actually have my entire catalog planned out. This is amazing. I have never opened my YouTube channel, and I've never seen this many scheduled. I did it on a live stream, and you guys are gonna hate me because these were all recorded before I left for Austin last time, but this is what you're gonna get, because yesterday you got Life Eater Part 1, really fun twisted game, kind of sick. Tomorrow, Hospital 666 with Bob and Wade. It's basically like Exit 8, but in a hospital, and lots of spookiness. After that, boom, Pilgrim. It's like Lethal Company, but in plague-ridden medieval days with Bob and Wade. Then, Life Eater, Part 2 comes out. More Hospital 666. Another part of Pilgrim. This video called So You Want Those Games, Huh? You'll see what I mean when you get it. Another Hospital 666. I just like to cycle the repeated ones. Then Pilgrim. And then I have a video. I won't tell you what the game is, but I've made the title just say read the description, and you're going to want to read the description on that one. Let me just tell you that. Yeah. Every day, boom, 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 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, boom, boom, boom. I'm back, baby. That might shift a little bit here and there because I might record something, edit it, and put it in between, something like that. But that's what I have scheduled, and I've never seen. It's been so long since I've scheduled anything like that, and it's not because I couldn't. I've been chasing a mythical 2 weeks ahead for so many years, and I just, oh man, how could I? I've been trying to get 2 weeks ahead since 2014. Never been able to do it. It's an ADHD thing, I think. I don't know why. I'm so bad about planning ahead. What are you confused about? Is this confusing because I'm telling you that I have videos scheduled ahead of time? It's true. I'm a YouTuber. I can do what I need to do. I'm skilled at this thing. Been doing it for years. But also, yeah, literally a decade. I know. And I would do this thing, even back then when I didn't have a million things that I was trying to do. When I was starting, like, let's say this was before I even moved to LA, but I would be sitting in my apartment, and that morning I had recorded and edited the videos that I had for that day. That morning, right as I wake up, I followed that routine for way too many years. I would wake up immediately, record and edit the 2 videos for that day specifically, get them up, boom, boom. Then it would be like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I'd be like, whoa, I need a break. But I kept thinking, all right, if I just record 1 more today and edit it for tomorrow, then I only have to record and edit 1 in the morning. And if I do another one, maybe 2 more in the afternoon there, I can start to get ahead. I get momentum. And then when I'm 2 weeks ahead, I won't have to do that anymore. Then I just keep to maintaining, just do a day. It'll be fine. Never. Ever. I've never done that. I never did it. I'd watch anything but do that. I do anything but do that. Oh, I can't do that. I gotta go out and get some Takis. Oh, I can't tonight. I just bought that big block of cheese. That's gonna be an all-night task. Oh, I wish that I could have time for that. Oh, that would be amazing if I could do that, but I can't. I'm just so busy with this Game Grumps Let's Play. I can't do it. Yeah, so I can't. Yeah, it's it's pretty crazy. What do we got? Thank you, Just Pookie, but please don't give me anything ever. I appreciate that, but no. Yes. Look. Drop me a relationship quote. I'm sad. I don't even know what that means. I don't know what you're talking about. I have no idea. Yeah, you need Until Dawn? It's on my channel. Go watch it. Until Dawn. Markiplier. Look on YouTube. Markiplier Until Dawn. You get some primo content there. Great content. Here, I'll link it for you. Here, I'll get it for. No. Don't worry. I got it. Let's see. First published. Oh, what's this? August 27th, 2015. Wow. Well, here you go. Don't get up. Don't get up. I got it. Here you go. Bam. There it is. Huh. Wait. I'll pin that for you. I'll pin it for you. Boom. Done. Bang. Wow. There it is. There you go. Baba booey. Until Dawn. See, I deliver. I've got an incredible catalog of amazing content for you to enjoy. Yep, it's pinned. You don't see it? Look better. Mr. No Look. Miss No Look. Whatever. Yeah. I know they mean the remastered version. Who gives a shit about the remastered version? Who cares? The other one isn't even old. The other one doesn't even look bad. Why did it need a remaster? Why? I get Silent Hill 2 needing a remaster, but that's not even a remaster. That's like a complete reimagining of the game. Like, I can get behind those because they have to reconstruct all of it because it was so old when they first made it. The entire way that you control it and the mechanics therein are fundamentally different. Anyway, it's fine. It's fine. Right, fine. Silent Hill 2 didn't need a remake. Look, I can attest that it did need a remake because I tried to make a Silent Hill 2 Let's Play back when I first started my channel. I couldn't get it to work because the port of it for PC was fundamentally broken and they didn't update it. And then number 2, I couldn't figure out that early on how to capture it from a PlayStation 2 version that I bought off of eBay. Right? Like, I tried and I just couldn't do it. And that was already 12 years ago. And by then the game was already old. You know, so it's like, I tried a while ago. It just didn't work. Yeah. Yeah, no, I like the remakes as opposed to the remasters. The remakes are nice because they basically tell the same story, but they play it with different, styles, and they enhance the experience with it, at least for the good remakes. But you know, sometimes they're just like a simple remaster with a graphical update, and I'm like, okay, great, yeah. Anyway, so not the point, not part of the plan, not part of the emergency meeting, not why we're here. We're here for a very specific reason, and that's to rally behind the goal that is in the description. The description is there, and more need to find it. I know you've already found it. I'm not talking to you. You're sweet and you're beautiful and you're lovely. But there's others who have not given it a try. And I encourage you just to try it. Just click on that link. Just a little bit. Your mouse, your finger, whatever it takes. Just tap it and I'll disappear for a little bit. But then boom, I'll reappear. As Dave. Dave! Dave? Dave. Greg. Steve. Dave. Dave's there. Yes. And then the doors will open. It'll be beautiful. You guys want the doors to open for Dave? Dave! You know Dave. You remember Dave, or you will remember Dave anyway. Yeah. So someday soon, the doors will open. It won't open immediately. That's why everyone needs to try. Just try. Just try. A little bit. A lot of bit. A little bit. Or a lot of bit. Whatever it takes. It's really what it's all about. It's a big door. Very heavy. Needs all of us. Yeah. All right. Any more questions? I got a lot of game suggestions in here. Don't you guys know the rules? There are no games. Just because I talk about games doesn't mean that it's an open invitation for talking about anything that you want. I don't take game suggestions. In fact, if you suggest it, that means I'm not going to play it. I actually take it very personally when people do that. Yeah. So if you even mention a game, I'm never going to play it. That's how I operate. I'm very, very influenced. What's the show about? I guess that's funny. I haven't actually talked about what the show is about. So, you know how you sleep, right? Don't do it. Or else. Okay, that's what the show's about. I have a trailer that I'm probably going to post right after this stream. So look forward to that. Mark, what's wrong? Everything. Are you just joining here? Nah, it's too late. At least I think it's too late. I don't think there's any coming back from this. I just don't know how we're ever going to recover. I don't know if there's any benefit to even trying anymore. You're too late. Wait, I forgot. Hold on. Too late. Much too late. I've been streaming for almost 3 hours now. Show up now. It's too late. Can't do anything about it. Couldn't possibly do anything about this. Life has beat us down again and again, and we have no hope. Not at all. What can we do? If only we had a hero. If only we had a hero. This music really doesn't fit what I'm trying to go for. It's kind of like a more sad into inspirational thing, and now I just feel like there's a bomb about to explode. So, yeah, very Max Payne. Yeah, I guess I could hear that. Yeah, man. Now, see that a Max Payne movie would be very fun. I think. Whoa, where did I go? I think a Max Payne movie actually makes sense because the game is told in a way that's kind of movie-esque, but at the same time, I could see an adaptation of that being very stylistically different, but still feeling very much the same. In a similar way of, like, I believe Fight Club went from the book, which is like if you read the book versus the movie, which I haven't read the book, but I've heard that people say like it's very different, especially in the way that it tells a story. You know, I believe the Max Payne movie could be very fun. Did they try that? Wait, have they already made a Max Payne movie? Am I talking out my ass? Ah, fuck. It's got Mark Wahlberg. Well, never mind. Not sure if that was good. Something tells me it wasn't. Nope. Fuck. God damn it. Why they gotta do this? Why they gotta do this? It's got a 16%. Fuck. God damn it. Come on, man. Not Max Payne. Mark Wahlberg. No. Can't be. God damn it. Ah! I'm not gonna make that movie. Jesus Christ, I'm not gonna do that. Yeah, no, not for me. Not for me. Do I still have my boar spear? Yeah, it's right there. All right. I think I'm gonna wrap this up. But you have the plan. You know what the plan is for. You know what we're doing with it. You know what's gonna happen if we fail. But we won't fail because we haven't failed yet. That seems less inspirational. You guys have done an amazing job. And you guys have pushed it really far. And you guys who have watched it and enjoyed it, I really appreciate it. You guys who have yet to try it, please give it a try. And thank you for joining me for this emergency meeting as we continue the plan on into the weekend. Because, believe it or not, the plan started today. It started now, and it started in this moment. So that's what we're gonna do. Judge Judy has already been taken down. So if that was the plan that you took away from the plan has changed update, we've already accomplished that. But we got to keep her beaten because she resurrects and she always comes back. She's like, you know how Elden Ring, where you're the player? Well, we're the boss here. And Judge Judy is the tarnished coming in even after we just beat her. And she's going to keep coming back until she wins. So we got to stay on our toes. All right. Thank you. Have a lovely day. Look forward. I'm about to post a trailer right after this. And then you can look at that. And then you'll have something to point to for people that want to get a little taste of it. Maybe a lot of taste of it, but, a taste of it. And then that will be something that we can rally towards besides just me yapping for 3 hours. So thank you. Edge real hard, sleep real good. I think I'm going to change my channel slogan to officially that. And then, there's ways if you're international to watch it with VPNs, but it's still tough at the moment. There are other people that have tried and had success. So depending on who you talk to or ask, there might be someone that has created a little bit better of a guide to making sure that it works. If you have gotten it to work or you know how to make it work like pretty reliably, then if you can make a write-up for that, that would be pretty good. Or a visual guide, that would be pretty nice. So thank you. Have a lovely day. Stick to the plan. And remember, watch the edge of sleep all day and then also at night. Hooray! I gotta learn to end these strong.